There you go, live.
We're on. We're on.
We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. Welcome, guys, then to SW6 Live and our transfer deadline special night. And on the panel tonight is none other than Mo. Good evening, Mo. Good evening, Mo.
Mo. Come in, Mo.
Come in, Mo.
Oh, yep. I'm in. I'm in.
Oh, wow. He's on. He's on.
I'm in. I couldn't hear for a second there. Literally, it all just went silent on me.
Well, that's what I'm saying, mate. I thought, well, there we go. Maybe I was right about that mute thing, see? See what I'm saying? There you go. What can I say, guys? Good evening to you, Mo.
Good evening, Tony. Let's get this started, mate, because I have a lot to say tonight.
Indeed. So do I, mate. So do I. Also on the panel tonight is our West Ham season ticket holder and, well, what can I say? Entrepreneur, no stranger. Entrepreneur, mate. Entrepreneur. And no stranger indeed to Chelsea SW6. It's Mr. Paul Unwin.
Hello, gentlemen. I'm just as pissed off as you are of my transfer activity or our transfer activity.
Absolutely,
so
mate.
Let's go.
Absolutely. Well, also to let you know, guys, we have some gooners that will be jumping on during the course of the evening. First and foremost, in about 5 minutes' time, we'll have Afzal. Obviously, he's been on Arsenal Fans TV, and believe you and me, he's got a lot to say about this window too. And we have Kenny Ken, who currently right now is on the Gooner Talk. And as soon as that's over, roughly around about 10:30, he should be jumping on for the last hour. We should see him, and you never know, we might get a little special appearance from the man who only shows us his arm. You know what I'm on about? The Claude. So let's see how we go, guys, during the course of the evening. And indeed, we may even, it was Trey was on about going on as well, I believe, wasn't he?
Yeah.
We might even throw a little link out to him, get him out, get him on the stream. Good to hear from you, buddy. Okay, guys. Right, it's transfer deadline day. I suppose for us all, it's a bit like Christmas. We're all so looking forward to it because, you know, we're, I don't know, it's just one of those things where we're kind of dreaming of something incredible happening for all of our clubs. And I've got to tell you, so far, it's been an absolute damp squid. An absolute damp squid. Just to put you in the picture, guys, regarding Chelsea, and let's deal with Chelsea first and foremost. At the start of the day, we were linked with all sorts of permutations, players. As we all know, we lost out on the Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain deal, presumably because he's either A, a Liverpool supporter, or B, doesn't want to play in the wing-back position. He wants to play central mid. Nevertheless, he's gazumped us, and he's gone off to Anfield, and indeed he's signed for Liverpool, and he is a Liverpool player. And then, of course, there's Danny Drinkwater, your pal, Mo. I know you're not keen on the man, but
at this point, he's my pal because I'm desperate. Like I've entered a desperate zone. I know what I've said about him. We just need people. We need bodies on the line. We just need to get people.
It's just incredible, isn't it? Really, absolutely incredible. But nevertheless, Danny Drinkwater is a player that we've been linked with for weeks and weeks and weeks. And rumour has it, we put in 2 bids, one as low as 23 million. Why do we play around? Yeah, we've got so much money at our disposal. Yeah, I mean, you know, 23 million pounds we put a bid in, 27 million pounds with 3 million add-ons, and Leicester City got a valuation of 35 million. Still not a Chelsea player, and by the looks of it, he's not likely to be either. Fernando Llorente, another player that Antonio Conte was very, very, very keen to add to our squad. And believe you me, I thought that would have been a tremendous buy. Cheap as frigging chips, that one, guys. And what happened? 14 million pounds, I think, at one point. Hello, Afzal. Just going through the Chelsea thing. I'll come back to you in a sec, buddy. And then it was all to do with Boney coming from Manchester City, going back to Swansea, and there we are, linked with him all that time, and he's ended up signing for Tottenham. and he's indeed a Tottenham player. And then there's other stuff. Barkley, Ross Barkley at Everton, apparently rejected us. And again, Chelsea falling short of Everton's valuation. As we all know, there's been numerous situations like this. Alexandro is another. As we all know, we got gazumped with Romelu Lukaku. I mean, all the way through this window, we have been linked or almost on the verge. But we just don't put our money where our mouth is. And I've got to say, the only pleasing thing is, I woke up obviously to the news that Willian, apparently, Manchester United was sniffing around, and just pleased we never even done that deal. You know, what with the whole Matic situation. And Mr. Batshuayi. I mean, there was also talk about him going to Everton. We have signed one player, though, guys. Is it Zabacosta? Is it Davide Zabacosta from Torino? £23 million. He plays right and left back, 4 caps for his country, and so at least we've bought one or two. An extra addition in on this particular day. And then, of course, there's Mahrez. All the speculation with Mahrez, that apparently we had a £45 million deal. But he's available. The player is available. And apparently we've not even made a bid. So, by the looks of it, unless something truly spectacular happens within the next hour and a bit, you know, it's going to be a complete and utter damp squid. And I've got to tell you, it's one hell of a disappointing, not just day, but couple of weeks. You know, we've been linked with so many of these players, close to signing so many of these players, and 2 or 3 million short of valuations. I can think of the player that ended up at Manchester City from Real Madrid, the right back there, or sorry, the left back there, and it's just an absolute joke, guys. And you know, I'm failing to just see the logic in the way we're approaching this whole transfer window. It's just an absolute disgrace. But of course, we're not the worst. We have signed some players, but you know, we all know our squad is very, very light. And have we got enough now? I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, I'll see Afzal's join us. Welcome, Afzal. Good evening, Afzal. Unmute yourself, mate.
Come off mute, mate.
Oh, sorry. Hi, Tony. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm very, very well, thanks, mate. Thanks for joining Chelsea SW6, buddy. On transfer night, I believe you must be feeling as distraught as myself. It's just been, I mean, it's just been a terrible window, isn't it? It's just been horrible.
Yeah, for both clubs. Awful.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Anyway, to tell us all that's been going on during the course of the day, all the developments that have been going on, quite a lot involving your club, Afzal, for sure, is Mo. Fill us in with all the details, buddy.
Well, where do we begin? I'm going to begin actually at West Ham. And at the start of the day, the only player that was actually linked with West Ham at the start of this deadline day was actually Andre Gomez. And he, unfortunately, no longer is linked with the club, as they have made no move as of this point yet. And he was also been linked with Spurs, who have been actually said to have made a bid, but no progress on that deal just yet. We haven't heard diddly squat from that aspect. And moving on to Arsenal, actually, Arsenal have had a bid accepted actually of 92 million for Thomas Lemar. And it looked like that deal was actually going ahead, as Sanchez was also looking to be headed towards Man City for 60 million. And somehow within the space of an hour or two, all of that stuff changed, and Sanchez looks to be staying at Arsenal, whilst Thomas Lemar is no longer coming from Monaco. And Liverpool have gone quiet on that deal since they've signed Oxlade-Chamberlain. And honestly speaking, we have no idea what's going on. We have been linked with all kinds of players at Chelsea. And Zabacosta, the only one that's been pretty much almost done. And the rest are rumors on the verge of either happening or we have been basically rejected. And at this point, it is not looking good for any of the clubs that are being represented on this panel tonight, because we're all disappointed or distraught or angry or frustrated and the list kind of go on in terms of how we actually feel, just like people are in the comments that I can see. And I don't even know where to begin
there, actually, Mo. You see Queen of Stamford there, and thank you for the information, Queen of Stamford. Drinkwater, apparently the deal's done. He's at Cobham. Wasn't there something that came up about 45 minutes ago on Sky? By the way, guys, we've got Sky on in the background. So you were saying there was some kind of information coming from
that. I think that was exactly it. And it's literally just broke now. Jim White just reported a second ago. He's basically arrived at Cobham. He's about to do his medical. Believe it or not, there's still no fee being agreed with Leicester. So this can still backfire at this point. And until I see him with the shirt and deal agreed or Chelsea announcement, I believe nothing at this point.
Mo, would you take Drinkwater right now? I bet you would.
Mate, if you should have just heard me at the start of this whole stream, mate. I said I'm taking anyone. We need bodies.
I know you take him. Of course you take him.
Need bodies. At this point, I'm not here to beg. I'm not here to say, oh, I need to be picky about the situation.
After all that, now you want him.
Mate, it's a last resort. Like we've barely got a squad here. Like what's actually going on? I don't even know where to begin, man.
Yeah, I think both clubs are in a bit of trouble this season, in my opinion.
And mine.
Yeah,
in trouble as well.
I thought we started off really well. I mean, we have bought some quality. We can't say we haven't bought some quality.
The thing is that you guys would do well, Tony, because you've got the manager. He knows what he's doing. You haven't got the numbers, but you've got the manager. So when you have a good manager, you know you'll always do all right. But whereas I think we do. Yeah.
Go on, mate. I was going to say.
Afzal, what you're saying is they're going to be doing all right because they've got the good manager, but you do need squad depth if they want to win the league. If they go to challenge for the title, they need a strong squad depth, and that's what they're lacking now because they've got rid of most of them.
It's true. They haven't got the squad depth, but if they keep their starting 11 fit, they still should do all right.
If Sanan's like, if you keep your strong squad there, you don't need 23 players. But you do know that during the winter period, players are going to break down. You're going to get injuries all over the place, and you do need bodies there. And that's the problem we're having as well. We've just got rid of 17 players and replaced them with 5.
17 players?
We've got rid of 17 players and replaced them with 5.
I just thought you guys have had a good window because you bought
Are you having a laugh?
Hernandez.
We are so weak now. Our board have just taken us for mugs. They're doing exactly what Tony said earlier about dilly-dallying over transfer fees. And going in with like shit offers and then trying to get a bargain where we need bodies. I
don't know what everyone's doing. You know, there's one manager who's brilliant in the transfer market. That's Mourinho. Yeah, he will get He'll get all his dealings done early. He'll never leave it to the last minute like the Arsenal idiots and the Chelsea idiots. We always leave it to the last minute. You guys have left all your stuff to the last minute. Man U always do it by the beginning of August, and he's got his exact position sorted. Mourinho has. That's why they're going to win the league this year.
Let's forget for a second the whole last minute thing. Spurs is not represented on this panel tonight, but let's have a look at Spurs as well here, guys. Because when you look at it, Spurs were looking like they were going to make no signings about, I would say, almost 2 weeks ago. So suddenly now, Spurs have gotten most of their targets. Now, for me, as far as I'm concerned, when I look at that type of situation, what it tells me is it's not about it being last minute or not. It's about our clubs all trying to hustle some deals, especially in this window when it's been absolutely nuts. I mean, when you look at foreign clubs, namely actually PSG here, PSG is not frightened to spend money. And these are the types of clubs who we're supposed to be competing with. But if they're willing to drop 400 like it's nothing to them, what are our clubs doing trying to hassle a 15 million deal? We've now lost Fernando Llorente, who we've been linked with since January of this year. We have now lost him to Spurs. And that is the type of incompetence we're dealing with.
It's been a Spurs target for 2 seasons, Llorente, apparently.
Mate, whether it's been 2 seasons or not, the people that have been speaking about this deal up till last night have been talking about Chelsea signing this player and no one else. Spurs have come out of nowhere and Spurs have signed the player when we should have been literally being the club to actually go do that type of stuff ourselves. Spurs have upgraded from Kyle Walker to Serge Aurier. Spurs are on the verge, more than likely, going to be signing Andre Gomez. They're adding depth to their squad. Now, they haven't had the best starts to the season, but they're not a squad that I think lacks in terms of quality that much. They lack depth, however.
Yeah.
And now that's the one thing that they're actually sorting out. Whereas our clubs have been doing what exactly? What exactly have we? I mean, as much as I really want to be upset, I mean, I can point out and say, oh, look at Arsenal. I mean, look at the desperation for bidding 92 million for a player you've been trying to get all summer. I mean, I could speak about that. But what good is that? Because Arsenal and also Wenger are in a predicament that we've already all known for a long-ass time. Last season's end already told you that this manager should have not gotten that job again. In fact, he's been given a 2-year contract. A lot of the fans definitely don't want to be there. Some fans are talking about even boycotting the next few games until their board does something, which, if there's any fan power in any club you want to do something about, our club is very simple. We have a great manager. We have great players. And all we needed to do was add to the championship squad that we've already had. Now, if we get rid of players that no longer wanted to be at the club, I understand that. But does that not mean we already have targets ready for us to go sign?
Yeah,
just picking up here on what Jack Mortlock's just said there. Is whose fault is this though, Tony, mate? Well, I mean,
and Milo's fault, or whatever his name is.
Well, right. Look, it's a policy. It's got to be a policy, yeah. I mean, because this has happened more than often, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, we are 2-3 mil short here and there. In the past, we used to just blow the opposition away, yeah. And what's really, really confusing me, I suppose it must be even more confusing for you, Afzal, being told you've got no money to spend. But while I look at the money that we've got, it's on a par to what Arsenal got. Yeah, I mean, we've cashed in with a lot of our chips. We've sold a lot of players, and we've got an incredible amount of money at our disposal right now, where we could quite comfortably in this window go and do 200 million and not even think about it. Yeah, and yet here we are scratching around. Just a quick one though, Dashing One. I see he's put up there. Apparently, is it Cobham Drinkwater? So looks like we might get that one over the line. He wouldn't be at Cobham, would he, for no reason?
Yeah, but these are who's saying that? I mean, half people
this
like
this is on Sky, mate. This is on Sky, mate.
No. Jim White has reported it a second ago.
So is Jim White is okay? Oh, he's reliable, so that probably is going to happen. So you guys will end up with Drinkwater.
The thing is, we've still not agreed a fee. So this still could break down, guys.
No, I don't know.
Well, Mo,
if I haven't
4 weeks ago, you said I do not want to come on here and end up with Drinkwater as one signing, and that's what happened.
I still, mate.
Now you take it.
This is beyond what Mohammed wants at this point. It doesn't matter what I want. What we need right now is bodies that we can say, yes, we have depth in this squad. So if an injury happens, we have a player that we can put in there.
I think you guys have really screwed up this window. I think see, because what happened was that
hold on.
You shouldn't have loaned that Zuma. Right, you shouldn't have loaned that Zuma. That was so silly, because why would you loan out?
But we don't need centre backs, mate. We don't need centre backs, right?
No, but you still need numbers. Like what if like Cahill or someone like Cahill, if it gets suspended or injured or something? I think you do need numbers. Like look,
you let Ake go. We're fine at the back, mate. Honestly speaking, if I was worried about the back, I'll be the one person that'll be saying, let's get Van Dijk right now. I haven't wanted Van Dijk either. From the moment I heard he's above 50 million, I'm like, we don't need him. It's fine. The only reason I wanted him at up to 50 million is I don't want our rivals getting him, because I can see the potential in this player, and I can see the best years of him. He's actually about to hit his peak years. Now, for me, that's a player that you go after just on the sake of, you know what? David Luiz is not really that young. Gary Cahill is not that young. He's a good player to go snap up right now. But when you hear 70 million, it's a different story. That's a play that we don't necessarily need this season right now. What I will say, though, is in central midfield, we definitely need players. At wing back, we definitely need a player. Now, the whole point, this whole transfer window, is we were supposed to get so many players, in particular for the depth in this squad, and then replace the ones that we're losing. Now, all of a sudden, I'm sat here, and there's less than almost just over an hour, literally to go until this transfer window closes. I'm here basically talking about, I hope we get Drinkwater through. That gives you a bit of an indication, again, about how poor of a job these people are doing. Because Marina and Emenalo, if they were doing any other job, would get fired. They would get questioned. And the fact that these people have, for the third window at this point, they haven't made the signings that we have targeted, the targets that they have made. This is a list of targets. This is their job. Make a list of targets, go sign the players that the coach needs. Because the manager clearly doesn't have any powers, right? What have we been doing this whole time? We've been hustling. We've been trying to say no to 15 million. No. How about 12 million? How about 12,500,000 in like a week? What are we doing? Just get the deal done.
Yeah, you guys have changed. Your transfer policy has really changed these last couple of years. I don't know what
it's not like we ain't bought no one in though, Afzal. Yeah, we bought in Bakayoko, right? He's a quality player, really good quality player.
But you've lost.
These are internationals. These are internationals, mate. Avera Murata, yeah, another international, yeah. I mean, all right, I don't know. It's Sabacosta, another international.
Yeah,
but
it's not good because
but
you've done Bakayoko for Matic, you've done Morata for Costa, and you've done Rudiger for Zuma, Ake, and Terry. So you've lost numbers.
Yeah, you got a point, mate.
And you got rejected by Ox. Okay, he chose Liverpool of you guys.
But it's not because of a club, mate. It's not because he's a Liverpool fan and he's a
but
he
still,
didn't want to
at
play
the end of the
wing
day,
back.
going to Klopp, he went for less money. Arsenal and Chelsea offered him more money.
No, but see, how much do you think Chelsea offered him?
I don't think 220. I think that's rubbish. But
yeah, okay.
They offered him more than Liverpool are paying him now.
We'll never know at this point because obviously the only only wage that was reported is that 220, which I thought was totally insane from the moment I saw it. Because I was like, are you lot having a laugh? Are you lot on something? Because it makes no sense for us to offer that kind of money when our best player, Eden Hazard, isn't even on that money. It makes no damn sense. And the fact of the matter is, we're still in the same position. We have 1 hour left. 1 hour left. We still haven't even gotten this Zaba Costa deal through yet. We're saying
45 minutes in the air, though, isn't it? Paris.
Like, to be honest,
Mahrez is still on.
Mahrez is still on.
Yeah, you guys should get. You guys
honestly,
see the players Chelsea have been linked with in the last 2 weeks have been Ox, Drinkwater, Llorente, Mahrez. You've been linked with these certain players. So I actually thought that, okay, Chelsea, big club, they'll pay good money, they've got ambition, they've got good manager. All these players will be wanting to go to Chelsea, but only really Drinkwater has really come out and said, yeah, all right. I mean, I'm actually shocked that Ox said no to you guys. Like,
so
okay,
apparently so is Ross Barkley.
Ross Barkley as well. Like, okay, fine. Ross Barkley, I think you've got better than what he is. I don't rate him that much, but obviously you need numbers. You need numbers. So anyone.
Can I just ask you a question, Afzal? When you think about Chamberlain, right? Do you think he would he would be taking someone out of our first 11 right now?
I think. See, the thing is with Chamberlain is that he's had 5 bad years at Arsenal, but the last year he was actually very good. Since January, arguably he's been our best player. Yeah. So when I saw Ox to Chelsea, I said first thing he'll be right wing back for Moses, because I think on his day he's better than Moses. On his day he is. When Ox wants to play well, he was a very good player. So I'm like, Ox
that's what we don't need at Chelsea when he wants to play well.
I said that's a good signing for Chelsea. I said Ox would be a better signing for Chelsea than Liverpool because Liverpool have already got a lot of centre midfielders.
The way I looked at it, mate, I'll be very honest with you. The only reason I saw this as a good deal for 35 million, I'm like, you can't refuse this deal. Knowing the
Ox is versatile. He could have played right for you guys. He could have played left. He could have played in the centre. He could have played where William plays. He's versatile. So I'm shocked why he said no. Like, I obviously prefer him to go to Liverpool.
But, we can't guarantee him first team football. He's probably not used to competition. But in fact, whatever Liverpool have promised him, it'll be very interesting to see how they actually use him. Because from what
they've got so many centre midfielders.
Yeah, the reports is, and they've signed Keita for next season. So when you think about it, I'm like, how is he really going to get a spot in Liverpool in the first place? Because as far as I'm concerned, based on the stats, based on the type of player he is, or he has shown himself to be, at the moment, all we can talk about with Chamberlain is potential. There's no reality to the play just yet. It's potential. And I think for me, it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world if we have missed out on him. It's just annoying that the club didn't make sure beforehand that this is a player that actually wants to come to us. Instead, we made a bid, we had a fee agreed, and then got rejected by the player based on the fact that he doesn't believe that we're going to play him in the position that he prefers. Now, that should have been something Chelsea should know before you make a bid, not something you find out after you've made a bid and had a bid accepted.
Yeah, I don't know what Chelsea will play. I think the real losers in this transfer window have been Arsenal and Chelsea. Simple as that.
Let's talk about your club. Let's talk about Arsenal. I want to get your take on things. Obviously, I know Kenny Ken's got plenty to say, and we've all seen the meltdowns. Friggin' heck, mate! It's a proper, kicking off over your place.
I don't even know what's good. I don't know. The thing is, see,
the banners are coming back. Everything, it's all over, isn't it, mate? Demos.
Because he's a liar. That's why Wenger's a liar. Okay, the club are liar. But what they told us was that there's going to be change. Okay, so when they meant change, first of all, we thought the manager would flipping change. That's the only change I really wanted. Yeah, and the manager didn't change. So I'm like, okay. Then what Arsenal will do is that as soon as it's the same pattern, the whole win every year, yeah, we'll be like, oh, Arsenal. I don't know who makes these rumors up, but someone will say Arsenal are going for like Mbappe, 100 million. Okay, first of all, Arsenal would never spend 100 million on a player, yeah? Even if Messi came available for 100 million, they'd never spend it, yeah? So the Mbappe rumors were rubbish, and the guy is, 6 months proven? He's still a kid. He's not even worth anything near that. So when the rumors came out, I was like, okay, whatever. Then the Lacazette deal happened, and I was like, okay, we've got a striker. We've needed a striker for years. We've covered that department. That's very good. Now I said we needed 2 more players. I said we needed a centre back and we needed a centre midfielder, preferably a centre midfielder. So I was like, knowing Arsenal, we're not going to get both, but if we get one, I'll be happy with our window. We'll get a left back. We've got left back, a striker, and a centre midfield. And then the Lemar deal, we started messing around with it again, like Chelsea, penny pinching, messing around. Probably Monaco were asking for 60 million. We're saying, no, we'll give you 53 million. Exactly what Chelsea were doing. And obviously, clubs now aren't going to be bullied because they're not desperate. Look at Liverpool. Liverpool, I respect Liverpool because Barcelona have tried to bully them, yeah? And they have stood their ground. Who rejects 140 million? They've rejected 140 million pounds. Would Arsenal ever reject 140 million pounds per player? No. I don't even think Chelsea would at this rate as well. Yeah, I think
depending on the player, of course.
I see, like Liverpool. As soon as the bid came, I was at 140. I mean, obviously you're going to accept that, but Liverpool have really stood their ground well, and I think that reflects on the manager. I think the manager has had a big say in that. I think Klopp's refused to sell Coutinho, whereas if it was Wenger, he would have been the first.
What do you make of it all, though? What do you make of it all, though, mate? I mean, by the looks of it, you're going to keep Sanchez now, yeah? So presumably you'd be happy with that, yeah? Were you happy with it? Or?
Like I said a few weeks ago, it's a lose-lose situation. It's a lose. Okay, Sanchez is staying. That's personally great news. However, next season, he's going to go to Man City on a free. Yeah? He's going to go on a free. You're not getting money for him next season. So basically, that means we'll do more penny pinching next season, and we'll probably struggle to replace him. Because next season, players will be worth 80 million, 100 million. You're not going to get a world-class player for under 80 million next season. And who are we going to spend 80 million on to replace Sanchez? Yeah? So that's why it's bad. Number 2, Sanchez doesn't want to be at the club. His heart is in Man City. He doesn't want to be in the club. It could cause problems with the dressing room. Could cause problems with whatever, yeah? So that's
apparently
2 negative.
Morning, Afzal. Apparently this morning, it was in the Costa... it's... it's in the dressing rooms or something on the training sort of thing, and he come out, didn't he, and sort of made a bit of a gesture. Yeah, the deal's done with Man City.
Yeah, exactly. So he doesn't want to be at Arsenal, so he might not have a great season because his heart isn't there. The positive side is if we sold him today, we would have got money for him instead of going on for a free. However, we'd be selling him to a Premier League rival, and that's criminal. That's like Chelsea selling Hazard to Man U. That's like Liverpool selling Coutinho to Man U. That's like Spurs selling Kane to Man U. You know, you do not sell to your rivals, and Arsenal have got a habit of doing that. So in fact, forget that. We agreed. Wenger all summer said Sanchez will not be sold. Agreed. Okay, he still lied. He lied because he agreed. Arsenal agreed. Sanchez agreed. Everyone agreed. The only reason why he's still here is because we couldn't pull off Lemar to 90 million
because you know why?
He wanted to, it's players don't want to come to Arsenal anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, players don't want to be there. Players don't want to come to Arsenal. I don't know, because see, I can't solely blame it on the. I can say it's just because we can't really say, oh, it's just because of Wenger. I think it's just the whole thing. Now we're in Europa League, maybe to do with the manager, maybe I don't know. But 90 million. When I saw that, when I saw that deal come through, I was like, okay, Lemar will come and Sanchez will go, and I was like, I'm not going to be happy because we're letting the best player in the league go to a rival, and we're getting someone for more the price who's not as proven, who's not Premier League proven, and he's only had 1 year under his belt. So I was like, it's a loose situation there. And now Sanchez is staying. You can say it's also a loose situation because will his heart be in it, and he'll go on a free next summer. So I've always said with this Sanchez situation, it's a lose-lose situation. So we're always going to be Wenger can never win with that Sanchez situation.
Afzal,
the club can never win.
Afzal,
yeah.
the only reason why players wouldn't go to Arsenal is for 2 reasons: for money or for ambition. You clearly have money because you've offered the Ox 180 grand a week.
Yeah.
The only reason why players are not signing for you is because your board lacks ambition so much. Your board, your manager, what do they tell these players? I don't know when they sign. Because if your club looks as though it's going to be able to compete with the best at the top of the league, Lemar would have probably signed today. Sanchez would probably stay today, would be happy to stay today. The Ox probably wouldn't have even left. The only reason why these players want out, and it's a big sabotage at Arsenal, is because your club lacks ambition, and it's been like that for years and years and years.
Well, I agree.
I agree with you. It's all about the ambition.
Can I just counteract that one?
He wants to win trophies.
Because when you think about it, right? Okay, he's ambitious and he wants to do better. Let's take that with Chamberlain, right? Then why go to Liverpool is what makes no sense to me at this point.
Because they have ambition.
He doesn't believe in Wenger.
But the reality is Leicester has ambition. The Spurs has ambition.
No. But Mo, Leicester's ambition is not to win the league. I know they've won it, but that was a freak season. Liverpool's ambition, their owners have probably sat down with Ox and said, over the next 3 or 4 years, we want to win the league and we're going to put our money where our mouth is and we're going to go forward. This club's going to go forward and we're going to get better. When you go and sit down with Arsene Wenger and Stan Kroenke, what do they say? Do they come out and say the same words? I don't think they do.
Yeah, they don't. Ox doesn't like Wenger. It's a known fact, okay?
Yeah.
Ox is Wenger out, okay? He's one of us. So when Ox comes back, I'll clap him. Simply, not because he's Wenger out, simply because I feel that he didn't move for money. You know, so you can't call him a snake. He never moved for money. He moved because he felt under Wenger, his career couldn't excel. But under Klopp, his career will excel. It's true. You'd rather play for 10 years ago, any player would play for Wenger. He was probably arguably the best manager in the world. Now, no one wants to play for him because he lacks ambition. The club lacks ambition. Look at Sanchez. Sanchez must be thinking, what am I doing here? I've got a manager with no ambition. I've got players who aren't good enough. The whole thing is a mess, And for the fans, we've been lied to, It's not acceptable because we've been lied to the whole summer. We've been lied to simply because Wenger came out and said Ox was staying and he left. Wenger said, we've got this much money to spend. He didn't spend it. Wenger came out and said Sanchez is 100% staying. Sanchez is happy. Well, obviously he's not happy if he's trying to push for a move to Man City and all that stuff. Yeah, anyone who thinks Sanchez wants to stay is an idiot. Yeah, no. We've been screwed. Yeah, we've got 2 players. Fair enough, we've got 2 players, but we've lost the Ox and we've lost a few others.
The worst thing for your club.
We've made profit.
Afzal, the worst thing for your club is what's just happened. Is Sanchez to stay and you not get Lemar. Because if you'd have got Lemar, it'd have been a fresh start. Sanchez, now you have somebody who is poisoned now at the club and doesn't want to be there. He literally does not want to be there. Yeah. What is the point? And you're getting Arsenal fans, no disrespect to Arsenal fans, but you're getting Arsenal fans on Twitter, on social media, happy to keep Sanchez. This player is not going to be the Sanchez you remember because he's not going to put his full heart in it because he doesn't want to be there.
You're right. He won't. I agree. You're 100%. What you're saying, Paul, is right. But however, he needs to remember it's a World Cup year. Remember.
It is up until January till he can sign a new contract with somebody else.
But then he's going to make it. He's going to make it into that squad. When you think about it, he's the best player.
No, but of course, but if he plays crap, will other clubs still be in for him next summer?
Yeah, they would be.
Because they know his position. They know what he's doing. He's playing for a way out.
Will they give him 400,000 a week next year?
Possibly, because that's the money floating around in football today. And Man City have got bucket loads, so they probably give him anything he wants.
Because see, if Sanchez, he will go in a free, and I think he'll go to Man City as a free.
Yeah.
But he needs to carry on playing well because he needs to get that 400,000 contract for him. You know what I mean?
I think let's be also frank about this, right? If Arsene Wenger was smart, from the moment that teams were interested in Sanchez, he would have sold him if the right price came. At 60 million for a player that has 1 year contract left, that is no longer interested in being at your club, you needed to sell and you needed to make a decision and be decisive on who you want and get them in.
Wenger was unprepared.
Mo, that should have been done weeks ago.
I agree. That's what I'm saying.
That's the whole point. He's thick, Wenger. Why did he not do this beginning of August? Why didn't he sit down Sanchez at the beginning of August and say, Sanchez, okay, what do you want to do? Sanchez says, I want out.
No, I would have thought he would have done that, mate.
No, I don't think. He's stupid. He didn't. He probably said, no, you're staying, yeah? Then Wenger could have rung up Man City, PSG and said, listen, this is our offer. 70 million, take it or leave it. In the meantime, we will find a replacement. You go to Monaco and you say, okay, take 70 million to Lemar.
The problem with that is, Afzal, if you show your hand and show that you really want to get rid of the player and say, we want to sell this player to you for 70 million, be like, hold on a minute, you badly want to get rid of that player, it's 45, take that. Take that or leave that. Because we don't desperately need him. You need to desperately get rid of him because he don't want to be there. So it's 45, take that or leave that. And that's what would have happened. That's why he's had to hold his cards close to his chest and do what he did. But it was the wrong move because now you're left with Sanchez.
It was the wrong move because he's unprepared. Okay, so I'm guessing Wenger in his mind his mind was to go get. He didn't want to sell Sanchez the whole summer. Then yesterday I think he decided, okay, let's sell him and let's quickly find a panic replacement. Or I'm going to spend 90 million on Monaco. I'm going to give Monaco 90 million. I could have got Lemar for 60 million 2 weeks ago.
Afzal, the end result is you should have had 90 million pound to spend at least at Arsenal anyway, regardless about Sanchez there, because your ticket prices are the highest in the world.
Hold on.
I'm used to that. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that.
Hold on, guys. I don't know if there's any truth in this or not. What was it? Rocky 08 basically said that the deal's done. I mean, he's done his medical basically, but Quilly Stamford here. Ross Barkley was undergoing his medical with Chelsea and had second thoughts and pulled out.
Literally, that's exactly what I'm reading. Sky Sports sources are saying that.
Wow. Anyway, Barkley is
overrated. Changed his mind. Wow.
So you should check that one out for us, please. Quilly Stamford.
That's the third player, Tony, who's done that to you in 2 days.
We'll stick it on Arsenal, Afzal. Don't start.
No,
I want to ask you a question, buddy. Yeah, I want to ask you a quick question. Now, it's rather interesting, this one, and I wondered how you felt about the fact that your club, the day before, had come out and said, we've got no money for transfers, right? And I thought it was rather interesting also today that you bid 92 million based on the fact that you thought you had 60 million in the bag with the Sanchez deal, and obviously banked 35 million as a result of the Chamberlain deal. So you had not. So it was rather interesting that. Well, how come you got money now? Well, you used the money that you've sold on. You got no money, Afzal. No money.
Yeah, the club are full of shit. We have plenty of money.
Correct.
You've got no money, mate.
I don't trust the club. No one trusts the club. They have money to spend, and we made a profit this season. That's embarrassing because now you get more money for sponsorship, for TV.
Are you on West Brom's level now, as DT says?
In what? Transfer wise or football wise?
What's the difference between you and West Brom?
The difference between us? Come on, we're not that bad. We are bad, but we're not that bad.
That's what DT said on your channel today, buddy.
What did DT say exactly?
We might as well be West Brom, the same level as West Brom.
Yeah, because see, look, ambition wise, we're like West Brom.
Okay, so here's another. Let's spin the question. Where do you think now you'll finish this season? Fifth. Okay, so you're not on West Brom's level. You're higher than that.
No, we're not. Of course, we're not. Tony, we're not going to come 10th. Yeah, we're not going to come on where West Brom are going to come. Let's be realistic now. No matter how much I slate the club, we are not that bad. We will still come. Between 4th and 6th, we will still come. Okay, we're not gonna win every single game. It's not the end of the world. We're not on West Brom. We're not even on. We're not on West Brom's level or Stoke or that level. But
just a quick one here, William. We have actually signed Zabacosta, buddy. And for Rock and Ray, just to let you know, Torino, he played for 23 million. Was the fee, and he plays left and right, all right back. Apparently, just for the record out there, guys, his stats, he was second only behind Alexandro, wasn't he? All right in saying that, Mo?
Yep. In terms of stats wise, in Serie A last year, he was second rated in terms of wing backs
and stuff like that, all that related stuff. So he's half decent, apparently. That deal is actually done, William. And Rock and Dre, that's the answer with Zabacosta. Back to Arsenal then, Paul. You think they're just in a big mess then, yeah?
A complete mess. They're in pieces. They've got players there that doesn't want to be there. They're boards. Their board's not willing to stump up the money and back the manager. The manager's tactics are all over the place. I watched it. You've watched them. I watched them on Sunday. And how bad did they look? Do they look like a team that were going to come fifth? Not for me,
no,
they didn't.
No, I'll be honest. I know, but you know what the thing is, Paul, is that we will lose to every single big side. That's obvious. That's guaranteed. We will get hammered to the Bridge. We'll get hammered at Old Trafford. We'll get hammered at Wembley. We'll get hammered at Etihad. We'll got hammered at Anfield. We'll lose that.
But you'll realise now that the smaller clubs, like you've mentioned, the West Broms, the Stokes, and myself, West Hams, will actually.
We get very lucky. We get very lucky against these smaller clubs. They'll come to the Emirates, and we'll just sneak a goal. That's what will happen, because they'll just sit back. What teams need to realize that they can attack us. If teams attack us, they will beat us. But if teams play a defensive approach to us, then no, because we'll just come at them. Yeah. If we play West Ham and you guys attack us, I guarantee you'll get a point. But if you play defensively, we'll beat you.
At the moment, I could see you rolling us over because we're really poor at the moment. But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, you guys, the thing with West Ham is that
at the moment
you'll come all right.
No. It's not the fact that we'll come all right. We've been sold lies the same as what you have. We was told that we was going to move to the next level when we moved to this new stadium, etc., etc. Although it might take a longer time than it should do, but what we're seeing now is like Bilic. I'm not a big Bilic in fan now. I'm more of a Bilic. I do want him out because I think he's tactically inept. I don't think he knows what he's doing, to be honest with you. And I think the board think now as well, which is why they've not backed him in his transfer window. We had one target which he wanted, which was William Carvalho. I wanted William Carvalho badly. He's a great footballer. Stamford Bilic said, I don't need no one else, I need him. That's all I want. They dillied and dallied, like Tony said about Chelsea, done exactly the same thing, offered little bits and bobs, and they didn't accept it. And now we've gone into the end of the window with nothing. And now we're struggling now. So,
you know what the thing is with West Ham as well, mate? I have to say this about West Ham. West Ham are starting to slightly remind me of QPR in a way, because of what QPR tried to do in the past. QPR in the past tried to sign these rejects and old players that was passed off as experienced players, and they said, we need them, let's put them in our squad, and they diddly squad for them. In fact, they had such a high wage and had terrible players and got relegated at the same time. The club's image...
Yes and no. Whilst I agree bits and bobs of what you've just said, like I have to look at the team that we had and what we have now. I look at Joe Hart. Was he a better goalkeeper than what we had? Yes. Zabaleta, was he a better right back than what we had? Yes. Arnautovic, we stole Stokes' best player. Arnautovic last season was Stokes' best player. We took them.
See, I disagree in that one. That's where I think Shaqiri was definitely a better player than Arnautovic, in my opinion.
Possibly, but if you speak to Stoke supporters, they was actually really gutted about losing Arnautovic. And I think he's a good player. He lost his head the other day when he got sent off. But
mate, oh my God, that elbow!
Terrible. And then we look at Hernandez, right? Hernandez has played for Real Madrid, Man United, and he's
no. Hernandez is a good player. Hernandez for me, it's a good coup. That's what I thought. That was West Ham's best signing, and I almost would go as far as to say it's the biggest coup of the transfer window, based on the fact of what type of player he is, what type of stats they are behind him, and what kind of goal rates he can actually get for West Ham.
Let me stop you here, guys. Right, I don't know if there's any truth in this one, but this Topaz Centurias.
Let me double check that
coming out on NBC Sports. We're in for Mahrez, the late Mahrez.
That's America. They won't know about stuff like this.
I'll just show you this. Did anyone see this? Anyone see this? I don't know if you can see that, guys. Basically,
Chelsea offered $50 million.
Basically, what it is, a millionaire Chelsea fan said he'll give £100 and he's posted up. I don't know if you can see this. Like, he's paid.
Oh, I've seen so many of those.
Yeah, it's fake, Tone.
Yeah, is it? Oh, well, okay, fair enough. Okay.
Who's giving free money like this?
I make fools.
I don't know. Look, anyone who wants a player now, you need to splash the money out. There's no such thing as penny pinching now. You need to just
literally. There's 35 minutes left until the window closes.
Listen, Afzal. If Arsenal have got £40 million, which they was going to put towards the Lamar deal after Sanchez was sold. Why don't you put £40 million and go and get Mahrez?
Yeah.
I've been saying that all along, but they're not going to do that.
You'll have Mahrez one side, you'll have Sanchez the other side, you'll have Ozil in the middle, and you'll have Lacazette up top. That'd be fantastic. Why not?
Because he's number one. He's stupid.
Lee thinks he's better than Neymar.
Lee went over the top there, didn't he? Let's be honest.
No, he won't buy Mahrez.
I had to stop him as well.
Because they won't buy Mahrez because one, he doesn't have a brain, and number two, because he won't want to spend. He probably thinks it's overpriced when it's obviously not.
Well,
okay.
You know what? Let me tell you something. That 92 million was a farce. Yeah? He just wanted to make it look like he's trying. I'm telling you.
It was like a Suarez bid, wasn't it? When you went bid for Suarez.
He knew very well Lemar was going to say no. He said, let me shut these fans up for a bit.
Hold on, Afzal, sorry.
I tried.
Sorry, if that was fake, which I don't believe it was fake, I think you're just going over the top a little bit. I think it was truth. Well, if you tell me it was fake, why did they initially accept the Sanchez deal then? And obviously find out that Lamar doesn't want to come and then cancel it. Why not just reject the Sanchez deal?
All I know is the last 2 days that this is happening. One thing Sanchez is going, one thing Lamar's coming.
You probably did not bid 92 million for Lamar.
It's ways of fact.
Guys,
bid it.
Update. And the Ross Barkley situation, Matt Lowe, who's
back on.
Yep, apparently what he's saying is he's not fully rejected Chelsea. They hope to reach an agreement with him to see him move in January. What the hell is going on?
See, Chelsea should just pay the money. Just pay the money.
For God's sake.
Well, exactly. Still like people in the chat.
Can someone wake me up when this ends? Because I'm done. I'm tired.
You've only got half hour.
I'm just saying, everyone
it's
was
not happening.
It's not happening in the chat, yeah? Just, everyone was slagging him off, but we didn't want him anyway.
This is going to turn out to be a good window for you, isn't it, really, towards the end of the evening?
Mate,
it's a great window, mate. It's a great window for us, mate.
If we could get Mahrez. Oh, my God. Mate,
you know what we should play Costa.
We've signed Mahrez, we can't get Leo on the line, haven't we?
At this point, we haven't even got Zappacosta, so I'm not confident about this at all.
Talking of him, he can technically still go tomorrow. Did you know that?
Who, Costa?
The window shuts in Spain tomorrow.
Well, deals can still happen up until 1 o'clock if they've signed the paper or something.
Do you know what I wasn't understanding? That the whole, he was mid-medical and basically refused to sign for Chelsea. The reason why it doesn't make sense is, if he's injured, why is he having a medical? I'm so confused. He's going to fail that, right? That makes no sense to me. I really honestly don't understand that. How can a player that's having a medical?
All this Mahrez talk, though, right? I was thinking, we're going to get Mahrez, great, but then we're going to lose Willian. That was my thoughts at the start of the day. And I was thinking, I don't want any none of that. Leave Mahrez where he is, But obviously,
Oh, God.
30 minutes left. Thank you very much, Topaz. What's all that about then? Ross Barkley back on in January. Is that because of his injury, you think? Or
apparently he's injured for that's what Matt Law is saying, yeah.
Apparently Andre Gomez is not going to go to Tottenham now, which is a good news.
No way.
Tottenham losing confidence in Andre Gomez and reports in Spain that now that it won't happen.
Maybe it'll be another Willian section. He'll come and
hopefully
steam into us.
Hopefully. No, not you.
West Ham need all they can get at this point, so he's definitely not wishing us luck.
I feel there's a late one, boys. I feel there's a late one. I've got this feeling of the tension. I'm getting there.
Tony, I've been saying that all day, and it's slowly.
I can see a little late Morris one, a little Jim White going up and down. Oh, Morris! Let's be honest, we all want Mahrez, don't we? Come on, why don't we just bid 50 million? What is wrong with us?
I don't know why.
Why didn't you bid 50 million? Arsenal, why do you bid 50 million?
I don't know what's wrong. See,
50 million?
No, why don't we do this? Yeah, we should have sold Sanchez for 60 million and bid Mahrez for 50 million. We would have got Mahrez, and I'd prefer him to Lemar because he's Premier League proven. That would have been such a good deal. Can you imagine?
Yeah, it would have done.
Oh, that would have been
logical for your lot, mate.
And that would have been. Think about it. Look, and that deal would have been done, yeah, because Leicester would have accepted 50 million. Mahrez would have accepted it. And we would have still made money.
Wenger doesn't obviously rate Mahrez because he could have had that deal. He knows he could have had that deal done.
I know, yeah, he doesn't obviously, but I don't know why he came and said, "Oh."
You were one of the interested parties, apparently. You, us, and Man United.
I don't know why. Why is no one paying? But you're okay about nothing. Maybe I did over exaggerate when I said he did it for fake because he obviously did put the bid in because it obviously was real. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that. Like I'm saying, it's either 90 million Lemar or 50 million Mahrez, or even 50 million Draxler.
Look at that, Rock and Dre. Is it Rock and Dre? Fuck it, it was 30 million deal for Barkley. I'm glad he rejected us. He's worth 20 to 25.
Oh, Tony, I want to ask you something. I need to ask you something, Tony.
We're so tired, guys. We're so tired that at this point at Chelsea, for one moment we could be hyping a guy up to suddenly he's the best player in the world.
I was buzzing this morning. I went, with all these targets in front of us. I've been happy with it.
Yeah, I thought you guys were going to get players.
At this point, I was also convinced we'd probably go in for Sanchez. Oh. At this point, I'm begging for Drinkwater to come in.
I said that. I mentioned that on Twitter. You know what I said, Tony? I said, when you bidded for Ox for 40 million, I said to, I think I was telling Francis, I was like, why not just bid 70 million for Sanchez?
Well, I don't, mate. Do you know what? I don't get it. I just do not get it.
Because
I wrote a piece on Facebook. Well, I wrote a piece on Facebook, and I said the only way that Arsene Wenger can save face for his own Arsenal supporters is if we put in a ridiculous bid. And let's be honest, he's still worth 100 million. I would have paid 100 million.
I think his heart was set on going to work with Pep though. Man City.
Yeah, he likes Pep. Okay, what's going to happen with Costa? You know what? Costa needs to play because he's got World Cup.
Do you know what? We should put in a loan bid at the last minute and take Costa for half a season. So
I'd take Costa. You know what? I think you guys need him.
I'd fucking love Costa.
In my club, mate. We've got a quality striker, mate. Not a lack of net.
Need Costa. It's good he's
lack of net.
Good thing.
Oh well, nothing wrong with Costa, mate. He'll be all right. You know what I mean?
Do you think he'll play? Do you think Conte will pick him?
No, I don't. I think it's done.
I reckon Conte should sit down Costa and say, okay, listen, we'll give you one more chance if this, that. Costa, if he has any brains, will agree because he needs to get a move in Jan and he needs to play in the freaking World Cup. And Costa will come back and he'll start firing for you guys. That guy's a quality player. You need him.
What do you think, guys, of our Champions League draw, by the way? Not having a dig here or nothing. I don't mean that in a horrible way. Just saying, what did you think of the overall Champions League draw?
You got an easy one, didn't you?
Do you think so?
Yeah, well, it's easier than Tottenham's, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Yeah. I'll give it.
Paul, would you take Remy on loan?
No.
do you want Remy?
It was William's question. I had to ask you.
It's not about Remy, mate.
Who does Remy play for now?
Chelsea.
Us.
Is he still at Chelsea? Blooming hell.
Still there, mate.
Oh God.
Baba Rahman.
I think out of the three clubs, West Ham had the best buying wise. Don't you think, Paul? Buying wise, you've bought the best out of us four.
Well, no, we haven't bought enough. I don't think we've spent enough money.
You bought decent look Hernandez, yeah?
We've bought good players. We're happy with all the signings that we've bought, but we just need to buy more because we haven't got enough players. We've sold 17 players. We've bought 5. Where's the rest of the players gone?
No, they're selling the options, mate, for the LDA.
They are.
LDA outside.
That's it. They've paid for the fucking. They've paid for the corner flags with it.
Oh God.
That's it, mate. Well, what can you say?
How
many minutes left now, boys?
26 minutes.
Nothing's happening. I can tell you guys now. You're not getting Mahrez or Buck.
26 minutes and nothing is happening, just like Afzal just said.
So.
Well, you might get Drinkwater still.
Oh, yeah, Drinkwater's not happening as well.
I swear to God, this hurts. Guys, this hurts.
Listen, don't be hurt. You're going to get in the Champions. Actually, you haven't got enough players to compete in the Champions League.
Mate, I've predicted us to get to the semi-final of the Champions League. I'm like, how are we going to do it with this same squad? It's going to be so difficult. I'm being like, even today, as Hazard started to, and actually started for Belgium, I'm sat here praying to God that he doesn't get injured again.
Mo, look at the bright
Just a quick one, William. Just a quick one, mate. We've answered your question, Baba Rahman. He's he went out on loan to Schalke, didn't he? But he's back with us now. Yeah.
Oh God.
He did go out on loan, didn't he, to Schalke in Germany?
Jack is also right. If we sell Diego Costa, we've actually made a profit. He's absolutely right.
You need him. Costa's like a new signing.
What can I say, boys? You know, we've made a profit.
Net spend and all that. Let's talk about net spend.
Listen, mate, we like to play, you know, we like to play by the rules. It's about time your club started getting on, you know, this financial fair play.
I think we've made a profit every year we've fucking been in the Premier League, to be honest.
Bidding on your 90 millions and all that. Who do you think you are, man?
Zabacosta is done, guys. Zabacosta is done. It's been
confirmed. Now, you've got to look at the bright side. In the next half an hour, you guys could have Zabacosta, you could have Drinkwater, you could have Mahrez, you could have Barkley, or you could have none. So it's going to be... You're still...
We've got Zabacosta.
We just need to get Drinkwater in, and I will...
We just need to get Drinkwater in. Last week, fucking I don't want him. He's shit. No, we need him in.
Mate, last week was last week. This is the 31st of August.
Look at you, man. This is funny. You were saying Drinkwater.
24 minutes to make a signing. Things have changed. Things have changed dramatically. Now, Drinkwater is the new Sergio Roberto.
Right, Mo. Let me take you back to June. If I'd have asked you in June, do you want Ross Barkley? What would you have said?
No. Honestly speaking, I would have taken Ross Barkley. Yeah. I actually like Ross Barkley.
I know you'd have said yes to Mahrez. You just said you'd definitely said no to Drinkwater. And what?
I would have said no to Drinkwater. I even said it. Like even last time, I would have still said no to you. Because I would have still preferred to go for someone else. But right now, I can't be so picky. Life is not about being picky in moments like this. Life is about looking at the situation for what it is, okay? Drinkwater now is the player that is at Surrey ready to have a medical, which means you're my top target. This is the one signing I can't mess up. And if I mess up this, then
it's like getting a shit Meccano set when you wanted Lego. So
you know what? Barkley's an idiot, yeah? Barkley's the biggest idiot ever. Why would he turn down? First of all, he's gonna now struggle to get in the Everton team. He's got 1 year left on his contract. Why didn't he just sign for Chelsea? Is he stupid or something?
Oh God, man.
He's a bit of an idiot, Barkley. I mean,
looks he is.
He's an idiot. Why would you walk? No, Tony, something must have happened because there's a reason why he walked out the medical. There's a reason.
Literally.
Maybe he failed the medical. Maybe he failed the medical.
We bumped into Lamella.
We need Kenny Ken on to give us a morning after.
Oh, dashing one! Oh my goodness, dashing one! Chelsea from Alexandro, Van Dijk, to Roberto, to suddenly Chamberlain, Barkley, and Zabacosta. Oh my God!
Listen, I spoke to Kenny Ken on the way down on to work this morning, and I'll tell you now, mate, he's totally distraught. He thinks Arsenal finished.
Do you know why I'm not distraught? Do you know why I'm not that distraught anymore? Because I've given up now. I've expected it.
You've given up, but he didn't. He had that.
There's no point with Arsenal. What's the point of having so much hope and then getting in disappointment? I had zero hope, and my expectations have been fulfilled. That's why I'm normal, because I've given up with this club. Until he leaves, I don't really care what happens. Until he leaves.
No, forget Wenger. The top man at the top, he's got to go. He's the problem.
He's got to go, but Wenger's the first one who's got to go. Because think about it, the top man at the top, he doesn't make the tactics. He doesn't make the substitutions.
No, he doesn't
buy the players.
But he needs to help Wenger and give him the players that he wants, really.
But he did. He gave Wenger 90 million today.
Yeah, true.
See?
Apparently, Man United.
It's his freaking fault, man. I'm telling you, it's all his fault. And until he leaves, I don't care what flipping happens, yeah?
Okay, so apparently coming out from the Everton owner, and he said both clubs have agreed a fee. Personal terms was agreed with Barkley, and he changed his mind during medical, Barkley may reconsider in January. I don't want him in January. Screw you. You reject him. You're gone, fam.
He's a dick. He's a dick.
You're gone. I don't want you.
Send him back.
What a dickhead. What a dickhead.
Don't even pay for his expenses back to flipping Liverpool.
So he's going to go back to Everton now, and he's not going to play in the Everton team, so he's going to be left.
And that means he's not going to get in the World Cup. He's not going to get in the World Cup.
Do you know what, Afzal? Like, you're better off putting in a last-minute bid for him, mate. I think.
Yeah.
No. I don't want him. Nah.
I'm being serious, mate. You're 25. He's got a bit of money.
He's so overrated. I'd freaking play with.
Bolster your midfield, mate. Now
listen, you've got Ramsey and Xhaka in midfield. He's better than both of them, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. They're all useless, man. What can you do? Barkley isn't going to make a blind bit of difference, yeah?
You know what's frustrating, Afzal, is you don't actually care. Like, Kenny Ken would care more.
This last month,
he's gone, hasn't he?
I've cared so much for 23 years. Well, 18 years since I started supporting Arsenal. But since the summer, I've just gone like, this club doesn't care about us, so why should we repay? Like, I'll still go to games and stuff, but
I'm trying.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying to feel sorry for you.
I can't feel it.
I can't feel sorry for him.
We lose. I never can.
I want to.
I'll start caring properly the day the club start caring for us more.
And the way Remy, guys,
lying to us.
Las Palmas.
Yeah.
There you go.
The news coming out as well is that Ross Barkley basically said he wanted to reconsider his position. So it was literally he had doubts.
Quite simple. Really, get in the fucking car and fuck off. Position, mate. See you later.
Apparently, Chelsea feel he didn't reject them. I don't understand what that means.
We've been rejected by everyone.
This is so bad.
You have Ox, Llorente, Barkley.
That's a silly boy. That's a silly boy.
I read him any good.
No, not really.
I mean, I'm quite happy with Drinkwater, to be fair.
None of them are good. By
the sounds of it, Zabacosta's decent. And I'm happy with what we bought anyway. Do you know what?
Zabacosta will hopefully turn into another Alonso.
Yeah, exactly. So that's right, Zeph, I do. At least our squad is better than the arse.
Listen, yeah.
That's right, isn't it?
The thing is that right now, yeah, I'm just in that mood where whatever. But in come 2 weeks' time, when we lose to Chelsea, I'll be getting so emotional and I'll be getting angry and I'll be upset. And when I come to my Arsenal fan TV interview, I'll be fuming and it'll all come back again. But right now, it'll
go viral again.
I'm just that moment where I'm just fed up. You know when you're fed up, you're just like, whatever.
I want to cheer him up, mate. I want to cheer him up. Let's get a player for him.
No, I'm going to cheer him up. You might. Actually...
I've got one, Bartley.
No, Afzal, you might have a second win. You might actually start playing well now. That Sanchez has decided he's staying now, so he just gets on with it, and you might actually make the top four.
On the bright side, Tony, I've got some news for everyone. I might be doom and gloom, but we've still got the best player in the league.
Who's that?
Who's that then?
Sanchez.
Oh, mate. Don't. What the player that don't even beat your club?
Hazard and Sanchez.
You'll be singing his song, won't you? You'll be singing it.
Hazard
you've got the Ozil. You've got the eye fella, haven't you? You've got the geezer with the eyes.
No, Ozil. Forget Ozil. He's crap. But Sanchez and Hazard are the two. Look, I will still cheer Sanchez. I'm not going to boo Sanchez. Why would I boo him? Come on, he's still an Arsenal player. He's still staying. He's the only hope.
Do you know what I think you should have done, mate? Do you know what I think you should have done, right? You should have gone in and had a cheeky little bid. Right, for Boney, I think.
Oh my gosh.
I think you
seriously?
I swear down, mate. I swear. Adi Akinbaye.
Or Adi Bayor, bring him back.
Can you imagine how much the meltdown? Imagine how much the meltdown.
What about Akinfenwa?
Paul, I'm sure you've seen the meltdown. Have you seen Lee Gunner? Lee Gunner screwing himself. Lee Gunner's about to kill himself. Lee Gunner.
Oh, mate, I've seen, man, it's bloody latest video. That's got about 100,000 views, isn't it?
Can't we ring him up and get him on here?
I think he's got to...
Oh, mate.
No, he's on...
No, just, honestly, mate, I've seen his latest video, mate. He just doesn't breathe. Stop breathing. How's he breathe? You know what I mean? It's just going into one, right? You know.
Lee Gunner, oh my... See, like, I was on the phone to him, and I was so angry a couple of days ago. And today the anger's just slightly disappeared.
You're disappointing me tonight, mate. I wanted a strong gooner. I don't want no bloody chilled out one.
I
need a
can't.
strong one. Who should we bring up? We need a strong one.
We need Kenny Ken.
Let's get Kenny on.
He's gonna come.
Can someone find out if Kenny Ken's
Tony.
still on the gooner talk and tell him to get off it?
Okay, I'll check. Okay, Tony, what do you want me to say? Wenger is a blah blah blah. The club is a blah blah blah.
Yeah, but you're just looking at it like a defeated attitude. You're just sitting back. You can't be bothered with them no more. We need someone with a bit of passion, a bit of a bit of fight.
I've shown enough
passion. You're on Arsenal Fans TV. Afzal, Wenger in.
Listen, you know what, Tony, you're gonna watch my next Arsenal Fan TV interview, and I'm gonna go on one mad rant. Honestly, because I'm actually.
You sneak that SW6 in somewhere.
I want to have a go at the freaking fans as well. Our fans are so. I need to have a go at the fans as well.
Why? Well, we'll get him going, boys. There's a bit of anger in there somewhere. Don't you feel it needs to get out?
Afzal, you've muted yourself.
Let's see. That's his only way, mate.
Yeah.
Controlling his anger.
Hello.
Look at him now.
Hello.
Okay.
There he is. He's back.
Oh yeah. See, the problem with our fans is that they are very thick. Simple, because at the beginning of the window, at the beginning of the window, everyone was getting all excited when we signed Lacazette. We're gonna win the league. We're gonna do this. Wenger's changed. We're gonna do that. Yeah. And then their opinions keep changing by the day. One time they're happy, one day they're sad. I mean, and look about Ox. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, I've seen people say how great Ox is. Yeah, and now that he's left Liverpool, he's all of a sudden shit. Like, what's that about? What's that about? Either stick to your opinion.
It's called being an Arsenal fan, mate.
No, yeah, I don't know. They keep.
What? Right? Who's embarrassing about your fans? Then, what do you think? Do you think it's the ones on social media? Do you think it's the Arsenal Fans TV lot? What do you think? In general, or what?
Afzal,
sorry about something's wrong. I think. Okay, that's fine.
I'm just saying. What? Say your fans are embarrassing. Who are embarrassing? Is it the ones on Arsenal Fans TV? Is it the ones on social media? Is it the ones that go to games? Is it the ones?
I think the social media ones are the worst, because you see, watch. I guarantee you, if we beat Bournemouth or Chelsea in 2 weeks' time, everything will be forgotten, right? And we're going to win the league if we beat Chelsea in 2 weeks' time. But if we lose, there'll be another meltdown. We're going to get relegated. Like, they keep changing their minds, and about certain players as well. Like about Sanchez, yeah. Sanchez yesterday was a snake, because he wanted to go to Man City.
Yeah.
And now, Sanchez is the man because he stayed. Like, stick to one opinion. Stop changing. They need to stop changing their opinions.
Flip-flops.
It's very frustrating. Flip-flops.
But to be fair, that you always have those types of fans in each.
No, I've even seen a big Wenger out account. I'm not going to name the name, yeah? A big Wenger out account who's been slagging Wenger off all week, yeah? And then all of a sudden today he goes, "Oh, I feel a bit sorry for Wenger because of the owner." It's like being a bit of a hypocrite, isn't it? And then another big account, yeah, said, "I'll be fuming if Oxlade-Chamberlain leaves Arsenal, if Wenger sells him." Today he's saying Oxlade-Chamberlain is rubbish and he's a snake. And these are big Wenger out accounts.
Well, these people that we know.
Yes, there's people that you do know, but I'd rather not say it because it's like and it's not Claude. Claude is very good. Claude is the one guy who always sticks with his opinion. That's what I love about Claude. I haven't seen it, but Claude will stick with his opinion. Claude will not. He'd be a hypocrite. You know, some people are hypocrites. Yeah, they'll say, "Oh, Sanchez is like this because he's leaving," and when he stays, "Oh, Sanchez is like that." The whole Twitter thing is frustrating me a lot. Reading things.
Right, okay.
It's like, stick with one opinion.
Am I right in saying, guys, just sort of cut you short there, Afzal, right? And I'll totally agree with you, buddy. We have 12 minutes to go. Is that right now, guys? 12 minutes?
That's correct.
So the window is shut. Fermi la finestra. 10 minutes to get drink water done. That's very true, actually. You might not get the deal done, guys. All this talking. That'd just be unbelievable, wouldn't it? You know, 2 players at the centre, supposedly getting we failed at the last minute to get drink water done. That'd be unbelievable, wouldn't it? Could you see that happening, guys? That'd be unbelievable. It'd be madness, wouldn't it?
Well,
Mo's about to go meltdown.
Well, if you don't sign somebody, I don't fancy your chances in the Champions League because you need bodies for everything. You're going to be in 4 competitions.
That'd be fine, mate. Be fine, mate. Listen, a lot of people make a lot of. We've got our first 11's quality, and we've still got 4 or 5 bits of quality that could still, you know,
Tony,
not in our first 11.
Thing is, right? Like the biggest thing for us this season and this window wasn't about us saying our first 11 isn't good enough. It was to do with the fact that our depth needed to be extended beyond what it was. Because more than anything, at this point, when you look at our squad, if there's injuries that happen to any key players, we're going to be worried. And the worst part is the season hasn't really kicked off just yet. Because when you think about when it enters September, we have 8 games in 1 month. 8 games where we have to we literally do not know which players can get injured, which player will stay fit.
Mo, what about giving some of them kids a go that won you the European Champions?
They're not here. We've loaned them out. The ones that had the best chance, we've either loaned them out or sold them to Watford. That's it.
Charlie Masonda.
Jeremy Boga is loaned out, and Charlie Masonda, I hope he makes it through the next 10 minutes. If he makes it through the next 10 minutes.
Don't forget we signed another Hazard.
Ooh, there's a picture of Zappacosta signing the Chelsea contract right now.
We've got a picture of that, guys. Can we put it up?
And it's not really a visible type of picture here. It's a picture through a phone. What kind of picture is it?
What would you do, Paul?
Yes.
Paul, if suddenly there was a bit of last-minute breaking news, live from the London Stadium,
yeah,
right? And it's Ross Barkley's coming in.
I'd be over the moon. I'd be over the moon. I'd be over the moon. I just want anybody. I'd take anyone. I'd take fucking Gal Platt from Coronation Street if you wanted to sell them to us. I'd take anybody.
Gal Platt. There we go.
But yeah,
where do you think you'll finish the season? Where do you think you'll come this season?
Mid-table, 10th, 9th, 10th, 11th, something boring, you know.
And what about you, Mo?
Arsenal. Oh, Chelsea.
No, Chelsea, yeah.
Oh, Chelsea, and I said second at the start of the season, so I'm gonna stick to second at the moment.
What about you, Tony?
I think we'll win the title.
You still think you win it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying Man U first, Man City second, Chelsea third, Liverpool fourth.
I did go along with that, but then I put Arsenal in the top 4. But now I'm taking Arsenal out of the top 4.
I did that as well.
I said that. I said that in the start of the season. I said they wouldn't be in there.
I reckon you'll finish about 7th or 8th for you lot.
I think we'll come. See, and you know what? Okay, there's always one thing which saves Wenger.
No, not Chelsea. Arsenal.
Oh.
Look, listen. There's always one thing which saves Wenger at the end of the season. Okay, so this year we're going to be fighting with Spurs for 5th position, last game of the season, and we're going to just do it, and everyone will be happy because we finished above Spurs.
Fighting for 5th position.
That's what's gonna appease the. Oh, we finished above Spurs. It's okay. That's the mentality with the fans.
I think Spurs will finish above you, mate.
So do I.
Yeah, they probably will. I'm just trying to, say what could happen.
I think Spurs are decent. You know that, really are.
No,
really
Spurs
decent.
are good, but I don't know. In Wembley, they've been a bit.
Pains me to say it, but I do.
No, Spurs are very good. They're better than us. Whoops, shouldn't say that, but yeah.
Right,
at the moment.
Can we find it? So can we find out? Kenny Ken still on the
He is still on the Gona Talk. The Gona Talk's going.
Mate, let's get him off.
The Gona Talk is going on a long time because they're all moaning with each other about.
Mate,
Gona Talk.
It's normally 45 minutes to an hour, if that.
Yeah.
That's because they're all moaning. They're all moaning.
Yeah. There's only so much moaning you could do. I don't know if Kenny can come on and give us any more moaning.
I've done all my moaning over the last week on Twitter. I'm just like,
we should get Leon as well. Lee's a good one to have a moan. He likes to moan.
Lee's gonna go on and on moaning.
You saw that one, Afzal. The old Yeah.
No, I've seen that. Yeah.
I sent that one to I sent that one to you, mate.
To Lee.
Kenny, I think. Yeah, dumb. The stroke woman.
That would be a good aim for Arsenal though, if they win the Europa League.
I wish I could have something more to talk about because we've not signed anybody. I'd love to be able to come out and say, "Oh, we bought this player and it's been lovely," but yeah, we've got no one.
Well, it is a bit of a damp squid because even Liverpool, I thought we might maybe put in a last Van Dijk. You know, I thought there'd be a Dijk move, or I thought it's all gone a bit quiet, hasn't it?
The whole day's just been, like you said, damp squid. It's been for everybody, really.
BB's now reporting on Ross Barkley saying that he agreed personal terms before changing his mind after passing a medical. What the hell's going on?
So he literally walked into the contract room and thought, "Fuck that, I'm leaving." That's it.
I can't believe it.
Do you know what? I started off this programme tonight, didn't I? Talking about the 2 bids rejected, Danny Drinkwater, the Oxlade-Chamberlain changed his mind, Fernando Llorente chasing him for months and months and months and to find out. Then Tottenham coming on the last minute and just take him out in a couple of hours. And then we got Mahrez, didn't we?
5 minutes.
And it goes on and on and on. And there we go with bloody. We can't get bloody Ross Barkley, even though he's agreed terms and done a medical.
I was hoping you was going to sign Llorente because I wanted to take in Bashaway on loan, but you've not signed no one, so yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You can have a bit of Remy, mate.
Yeah, I bet I can.
Mate, we played 15 mil.
Yeah.
It was all right though. You know, we got some really valuable goals. Actually,
He ain't worth 15 quid now.
Yeah, he's all right. He's a bit injury prone only, but he's a good player. He's a good striker, mate.
I know what Kenny's going to say. He's going to say the Sanchez, which I agree with him, is a very bad bit of business, which I agree with him. About it's not
have him on then. That's what he's going to say.
He's going to go on about that. He's going to go on about that in the club and this and that. He's going to be funny.
What's he saying now? Is he just one great big moan? I might as well call it the moaner talk, isn't it?
They're all probably just moaning about how stupid.
Can you interrupt them, mate? Tell them to send them a link.
I can't believe.
Tell them to send them a link
right now, begging for Drinkwater to be confirmed. Like, what's going on?
They are literally still talking. I'm watching it now on the telly. They're literally.
Mate, we might not even do that one. That just sum it up, won't it?
Who's moaning now? Who's moaning now?
Why don't you tell them all to just come over to this and have the moan on this? Just transfer them all over.
Can we send the link to Ross Barkley?
Let's send it to Ross Barkley. We'll have a chat with him. We've got 4 minutes to change his mind. 4 minutes. Are we doing it? Is it happening?
What?
Let's get Barkley in.
Yeah, send him the link anyway.
Yeah, send Ross Barkley a link. So I want to find out. Go send him a cheeky link.
Does anyone in the chat box want to be sent?
Well, no surprise, guys. Barkley's rejected it. He doesn't want to come on. He's changed his mind.
Paul, I've got some
news
for
a quick
you.
medical.
West Ham are set to offer Sacco a contract extension. I thought he was leaving.
Do you know what? That's the biggest fucking. That's similar to the Odom Wingy saga. Do you know what happened to him? Right, yesterday he flew to France to have a medical and agree personal terms with Rennes. Yeah, and he hasn't even told West Ham. Right. So last night after we've done that, West Ham are like, "What the fuck are you doing? We haven't even spoke to Rennes." So what he's done was today, even up until like 1 o'clock today, he was still in France. He flew back with his agent and ran Bristol, Cheltenham. He drove to Cheltenham. His agent had an horse running today, so he got out of the car, left Sacco in the car park, watched his horse win the race, then drove all the way to West Ham, and then West Ham said, "No, you're not leaving. What are you talking about?"
That's bad, isn't it?
I'm sorry, but I've got to give him a clap. Honestly, I'm like, how do you go to a whole other country, have a medical?
Have a medical, agree personal terms, and then West Ham have gone, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, we're not even agreed a deal. Rennes haven't even spoken to us. He's tried to buy himself out of his contract to go and sign for Rennes.
He tried to do a Neymar.
He tried to buy himself out of his contract and go and sign for Rennes, and then realised he didn't have enough money to buy the contract out. And then he's gone back pleading West Ham to let him go. West Ham have gone, "No, we're not letting you go. We ain't got a replacement lined up." So now, yeah.
how's there news? There was news reports. West Ham have agreed a 9 million fee with Rennes.
Yeah, we haven't agreed anything. And then we're getting the chairman's owners coming on Twitter saying Sacco's not going anywhere. We don't know anything about this. So he's done.
Can I just say something? I'll just say something though, right? I know we're having a bit of a laugh.
1 minute until they close this, guys.
Barkley one, right? So we're going to take some proper stick for that, aren't we? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, go with me on this. Just go with me on this, right? I think Ross Barkley did this so that when he goes back to Everton, he's going to sign a new contract and the fans are going to love him because he rejected Chelsea. I think that was his plan all along. Because at the moment, the fans clearly did not like him and want him there. But how do you win them over? Go reject a southern team. Go reject Chelsea.
Trey, listen, the next stream we'll chuck you on, mate, yeah? Because we've got Kenny coming on and all that as well. Possibly Claude. It might be too overloaded, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? We'll chuck him on next go, eh?
Man. Yep.
We'll wait you on, buddy, yeah? I'm just, it'll be good to see you, buddy.
They're still having a talk on the Guna talk anyway.
They're just probably
I'm going to ring him. I'm going to interrupt there. Right.
Yeah, go on. I'm going to watch it now. Go on.
I'm going to bombard him with flipping phone calls.
Go on, ring him. I want to see him answer the phone on the stream. Go on.
Window is closed, guys. Window is closed.
Right, can we have a little dong?
I think Afzal should do it. Go on, Afzal.
What, ring it?
No, just do dong. Go on, just...
Dong.
Dong.
Lee's talking. Lee looks angry. Lee looks angry.
Hold on. He's looking at his phone. Go on.
Good. Tell him he's taking a piss, mate. He should have been on half hours ago.
Hang on. Hang on.
Lee looks angry.
I'll get him on here now. Yeah, look, here we go.
He's laughing. He's laughing. He's got his hand in his phone.
Yeah, I'll come in a minute.
Yeah. Get off that Guna talk, mate. We can see you on it. Get off it. Get off it. Listen, mate. It's not
how you
all that negativity. It's all bad stuff, mate. Come on, guys.
He's hung up.
Lee started laughing. He knows it was you.
Sure. I'll be here to see you in a minute. Oh, guys.
I've been saying this for how long? Drinkwater is very close to joining Chelsea.
I might go and get a drink of water, actually. You know what I mean? So I'm feeling a bit...
We've lost it, guys. We've lost it. That's it. Zabacosta's not even being confirmed.
Are you going to be there, Tony, in 2 weeks' time at the bridge for Chelsea Arsenal?
I can't believe we didn't even go for Mahrez.
What do you think?
Yeah, but... Yeah, most likely.
Torino have confirmed it.
I'll be there.
Well, will you be there? That's what... By the way, will your
Of course I'll be there.
He likes to swerve our game, doesn't he? No, I'm talking about
I was there last year. Oh, Mo.
Torino has confirmed it. Zabacosta is ours. Official announcement.
Well, I thought with all that, Mo, he swerves us, doesn't he?
Yeah, last year he swerved it. That was the one game he swerved.
Can you lot do a different tactic? Because what you lot all do, you all like huddle, don't you, under the hotels, don't you? It's like you all see the Arsenal fans, Bob. It's like before the game, right? You're all under the hotel, weren't you? Like all together, like in one big pack.
Last year, I was so angry and passionate after that game. We lost. I lost my marbles last year after the game.
Take me through the 6-0 game.
And that was the one that he favourited, wasn't it?
That was the one we knew he was a
And you started the whole Ox leaving.
I started the whole Ox thing, innit?
Your fault, mate. It's your fault, mate.
This year, I'm just going to go to Robbie. Please press repeat from my last year's video. Boom. Put it up. Because we know what's going to happen. Ozil's not going to show up.
Do you know what? Sometimes they get rerun. You know. Do you know we had the Liverpool ones? Remember, without sort of naming any names, we played Liverpool the following season. They rerun it. And it went viral again. We've got Zabacosta, but we don't know about the Drinkwater then, yeah. So there's another player, boys. Zabacosta. So, you know.
Your back five looks decent. It does look very good.
So I'm saying we've got good strength in depth there.
Yeah, it's just your midfield, really, that needed a bit of bolstering up, to be honest. But...
It's all right, mate. It's fine, mate. We've got Danny Drinkwater, hopefully.
Do you know,
And,
today marks my 6-year anniversary of being Wenger out.
Wow.
You're how many? How many?
6
I think you need some counselling, this guy, didn't you? Can you organise some counselling for him, please, Paul?
No, I find it funny.
Talk to me about Wenger out, please.
Yeah.
What's start happening in your life?
2000.
It was the 8-2 result at Man
Yeah,
United.
that was
I just
28th
couldn't cope.
August 2011. That was the day I turned on him.
What, the 8-2?
Oh, man. That was the day I turned on him. It's like...
So before that, was you a Wenger lover? Was you like, you know, like?
Of course,
Yeah.
I used to love him because look how much he did. I used to love the guy. I used to love him, but now,
how much did you love him, though? Was it like?
Hold on, the Gooner talk's finished.
But hey,
oh God, mate.
Well, but
I hope he's giving me a plug on that. Give me a plug.
Incoming.
Send him the link.
Tell him give us Gooner invasion. I can't cope. Bring on Trey.
God. Bring on Trey.
Do you bring Trey in?
Bring on
Trey. Every 5 minutes.
Who's Trey? Is that a Chelsea fan?
Yep.
Yeah, he used to. Funny enough, he used to do the Facebook, didn't he? For this.
Oh yeah, I remember. I know who he is. Yeah.
He fell out with old Oogie, didn't he?
With who?
Oh God.
You know.
Oogie.
Yeah.
he sounds all right. Oogie.
Oogie.
Who's Oogie?
I want to know when you fell out of love with Wenger, though. So what happened then? So it was love at first sight. Obviously, you met the eyes. Your eyes met across the pitch.
Oh,
and you loved the voyeur of the man.
Did you ever at any point retrieve your love when you signed Sanchez or Ozil? Did you think to yourself, oh, maybe Wenger is the man?
No chance. I knew it wouldn't change a thing, and I've been right all these years.
You have been right, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
I didn't.
The guy. Why can't they announce these players already?
But when did it all go wrong? When did it all go wrong then, mate? Was it? You know? Oh, hang on, Kenny Ken.
2011 summer. 2011 summer.
Put him on speaker. All right, Kenny. Right, son, you jumping on?
Yeah, can you get Lee wants to come on as well?
Yes, bring them all on.
Let's say this. No, we've changed our mind. We've changed our mind.
Should we let Leon?
Yeah, bring him on.
Yeah, sling Leon. We'll bring Leon.
Yeah. All right, send us the links.
All right, we'll bang you out a link. You bang out Leo a link. Yeah?
This is going to go mental.
I don't want you shitting on the fence. By the way, I'm sick of Afzal tonight, mate. We're going to sling him off, mate. He's pissing me right off. He's like
he's gone to sleep.
He's doing my head in. Afzal tonight, mate.
Why am I doing your head in?
Send me and Lee the link, all right?
All right. Don't start with me, Kenny. You've got it right there with me there, any boys? We're sending it now, mate. All right, bud? All right, nice one, buddy. He's getting a bit there, isn't he? Now, isn't he?
This is about to go bit.
Iranians doing this.
He's got the arm, hasn't he?
Fucking hell, boys.
Where's my cup? I need tea. Where's my tea?
I need a cup of tea.
I'm going to make a cup of tea.
Have we signed this drink water or what?
Mate, literally, there's nothing been announced.
Lee's going to go mad.
Oh, brilliant.
You see this last video? I swear to God, mate.
Chelsea Football Club. I'm going to... Just, okay.
What are you moaning for? You're champions.
Just announce the players. I've been saying this all summer. Announce.
You don't need announcing. You've got a strong enough team there anyway.
Oh, God. Breaking news. Drinkwater seeking 2-hour extension to complete move to Chelsea. I mean, come on. You've had the whole window.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Is that true? But he needs an extension.
No. That guy talks rubbish. That guy. It's an unreliable source.
Oh, man.
Well, listen, don't start dissing my people out there, mate. They're all reliable sources.
No, it's this guy. It's Italy guy.
Oh, yeah.
He always talks rubbish.
Chelsea have signed Torino fullback Davido Sabacosta for 28 million euros.
Do you think they're going to be happy, these boys, because you've got Sanchez?
No, absolutely fucking not.
They're going to be fuming.
He's all gone, and he's gone out. Look at him.
He doesn't care. He's lost love.
Finished. He's lost.
We've got Sabacosta. Who the hell is Diego Costa?
When you break
We've got Sabacosta.
It's like that with the first day, heartbroken. You can't be bothered. You don't want to speak because you're heartbroken.
That's so
Like
much,
that.
isn't
Heartbroken. I'm heartbroken, honestly.
Oh, you've still got Matthew Debussy in your team, haven't you? Afzal.
Yeah, we do.
You still pay him wages, don't you?
I know.
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic.
Seriously, Chelsea need to hire me for the next transfer window. That's it.
Paul, you got to make a cup of tea, mate.
I might go and make a cup of tea. I was going to wait for Lee to go on a rant, and I'll go make a cup of tea.
Damn it.
You know, good evening, boys. One of those before I sloped off.
We send the link over to them.
Boys. I do really need a cup of tea out. I hope we need a cup of tea.
Let me send it to them. Mo, I'll send it to them. I'll send them the link.
Please do. Thank you.
They're Twitter boys, though, aren't they?
Yeah, I'll send it to them on Twitter.
On Facebook, don't you?
I'll send it to them on Twitter.
Guys, it's about to kick off.
Got the boxing gloves on.
So have you got drink board in or not? What's happened?
Mate, literally, there's nothing announced still. A number of deal sheets have been submitted, so there may be yet further Premier League transfers announced. That's all it says by the Premier League.
We might get a late Morris bid then, guys. We might have extended it for his French. You know, he's playing from Paris.
I heard that the Spanish window doesn't shut till tomorrow night, and they're going to go after Coutinho tomorrow.
That's what I heard. I feel like they're going to sign him probably tomorrow because now the window.
I think he'll stay. I think Coutinho will stay now. I think he'll stay.
Why is Cobham trending? Cobham is trending for some reason.
Can you get a 2-hour extension then? Is that possible?
And to do paperwork and stuff, yeah. But not to actually.
You have to apply to the Premier League to say that it's pretty much done. We just need to do the bits and bobs, and then they'll give you the 2-hour extension, or up until 1 o'clock, or whatever it is.
Yeah, it is 1 o'clock. You're right. This is absolutely.
Shall we stay with it, boys? Shall we stay with the action?
Yeah. Apparently, you've still got.
Send them the link.
You've still got 2 hours to get drink or over the line.
Yep, Swansea have re-signed Wilfred Bonny for 12 million. Well done, Swansea.
Yeah, I think you missed out there, Goodness. I think. So you missed out on a player there. Oh, Kenny's on. Kenny's on.
Kenny!
Here comes the Kens.
Hello.
Mate, I hope you give me a good plug on him, mate.
I always will do. So, is Lee
that means he hasn't.
I'll send him the link.
All right. We couldn't help but notice when I was on the Gunners talk that Ross Barkley.
Oh God!
Has made the
stop.
I'm not taking a piss out of him, but it's just so he's rejected Chelsea because he's not fit enough to. He wants to wait till January to join you. Is that it?
I don't want it.
We've heard all kinds of madness.
Or is he waiting to go to
fuck off, mate? We've had the worst windows ever, haven't we, mate? Let's be honest. Just shit, haven't we?
Tony,
we signed 2 players, though.
Yeah, the thing with Tony is that I always argue with Chelsea fans like yourself about that. Is that you signed a spine.
Well,
you spent about 140, nearly over 50 million pounds, and obviously you guys know Chelsea better than I'll ever know Chelsea. It's your club. But what we haven't signed at Arsenal is we haven't signed a spine, but you signed a forward, midfielder, and you signed a defender. That's a spine tone.
Yeah,
like United have. We've not signed a spine for years.
No, but the thing is, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, we've signed a spine, but we've done nothing in August. We haven't really gotten our top targets.
Yeah, Kelly, see that Afzal there, right? Mate, look at him. He's a former. That's not Afzal, is it? Look at him.
Given up.
He's gone. He's gone, mate. He's given up.
I've given up.
Swear to God.
No, I think what it is, right, is that no, I think what it is that I think what it is has been a wretched couple of weeks for Arsenal. Been wretched. There's problems on and off the field, and it was always going to be a consequence of the situations, that the expectations when Arsene Wenger signed his contract is that people like myself are going to say, "I told you so," because we could see what the problems were. It's even worse that he hasn't changed. And because we're in the Europa League, we're going to find it very difficult to attract players to come to the club. Also, they do not want to play in the Europa League. They want to play in Champions League. Alexis Sanchez does not want to play for Arsenal. No matter how much adulation you give him,
Correct.
He doesn't want to be there.
Correct.
He doesn't want to be there. And we got a man manager problem though. You know what I mean?
What do you make of it all, Kelly? All this, your manager's come out and said he wasn't ever going to get rid of him or Oxlade-Chamberlain, and yet you did actually officially accept a bid today for Sanchez. You know that? 60 million.
The thing in football, right, Tony, is that everyone's got their price. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone's got a price, from managers to players, and even sporting directors. Man United's sporting director in 2003 was Peter Kenyon. Roman Ivanovic paid him a fortune to defect to Chelsea and take his targets with him. It's what football is. Everyone's got a price. Yeah, and put a God. Alexis Sanchez has his price. To their blue in the face that he wasn't for sale. If Man City put him,
are you upset? No, are you happy that he stayed, or are you thinking that was a bad move?
Not at all. Because I think it's a bad move financially. Because the simple reason is that on a financial basis, you don't let commodities leave for free. It just doesn't happen in business. And from now, he doesn't want to be at the football club, and Arsene Wenger's got to manage a massive man management issue in terms of trying to integrate him into the side.
Kenny, sorry, let me jump in there. You say about the reason why you didn't want him to, you want him to go because of a financial reason, but you do know that the finance is going to go straight into Stan Kroenke's pocket, and he's not going to give it away anyway. So
it is. But the thing what is that you hear that and everything. We do know that's going to happen, but I think it's a precedent. It's the same, because I think what's happened with Neymar is that he set a precedent that he was able. He colluded with PSG to buy him out of his contract, even though he signed a multi-year contract at Barcelona, probably one of the best clubs in world football. He had his price. Barcelona didn't think that PSG would have matched that price. They matched it, and the same about Sanchez. He has a price. So does training. It doesn't matter who you are and how loyal you are. As you know, Paul. Chelsea to sign Steven Gerrard. Now, Steven Gerrard's a scouser, loves Liverpool, but he had his price.
That's correct, yeah.
And he nearly came to Chelsea. And, you know, like I said, you're a West Ham fan, and I've said it to you last year. All you need is for the two Davids and Karen Brady to sell to the right person, sell to a sheikh, and you're going to murder us, mate. You're going to murder us, because what's happened, right, is that you can never write off. Everyone used to laugh at Man City, and they were like a second-rate club in Manchester. Look at them now. All it needs is because you've got a very attractive club there.
Yes.
But a wrong manager who should be sacked.
Yeah, you're correct.
He's lost the dressing room. Bilic has lost the dressing room. I don't care what anyone says. He's lost the dressing room.
That's right.
I'll be back in a second. Let's keep it going.
Yeah. He relied very heavily on Andy Carroll. Now you're trying to get rid of Andy Carroll, because he's injury prone. He's bought some adequate players like
Hernandez,
Zabaleta, and Anasovic.
Yeah,
but the players are not buying into his methods, Paul.
That's correct. Yeah.
And even I think what's happened, the fact that West Ham have had 3 away games in their first because of what's happened. I don't think the board are buying that now. There's a serious problem there.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a situation. It's about getting a manager. Now, I know someone who's perfect for you, but you probably won't want to have him back. But I reckon Alan Pardew would be perfect for you guys, but you won't touch it because you've had him before.
I think we're going to be when we sell Bilic, we're going to try and go for a higher profile manager than that. We're going to try and go for a fancy foreign manager that's going to attract better players and whatnot. But you are right with regard to Bilic. Bilic is not tactically, he's not there. He's inept from himself. I think you're right with the fact that the two Daves are trying to build the club up to the best that they can, and then they're trying to sell it because they can't compete with the best. They can't compete with the top teams in
now.
They can't.
No. But the thing is that you've got to think about the operation levels, and I think they need to get a successful West Ham team because you're missing an opportunity where you're situated. Because where you are in London, I'll be astonished if I didn't come down to you live in Newham, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, Cameron and Newham, there will be a lot of Man United and Chelsea shirts.
They are. Yeah. There is.
So what's happened is that you're competing with clubs, other successful clubs.
Yeah.
So that's why the two Davis and Karen need to sort themselves out and get a manager in who can get you into like the top half of the table into Europe, and then you could sell the club to someone who. But I'm telling you as a friend.
Yes.
Don't sell to Americans.
No, that's
Americans.
No, that's right.
Americans use you as a profit. Use Premiership clubs so they can use it as collateral for their businesses in the United States.
Yeah.
It's happened to us at Arsenal. It happens at Man United, and it happened at Aston Villa with Lerner.
Yes.
Don't sell to an American. You do that. You deserve everything you get.
Can you hold that thought? I need the toilet, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's still on here, but yeah, 2 seconds.
It's Mo.
Yeah, I'm still here, mate. I'm still here.
Yeah, but talking to Chelsea as well. You guys have got more superior knowledge of the club than I have.
Yeah.
But I still think that you've got a manager who's got a plan.
Yeah.
In terms of making yourself difficult, a bit like the Tottenham game.
Mm-hmm.
You won that game.
Yeah.
Defended better, and you made yourself difficult to beat. You kept Tottenham at. All right, Lee, how you doing, mate?
I'm good, Kenny. Evening, lads.
You kept. What you did is you kept Tottenham out of the penalty area.
Yeah.
And that's why you won the game. Tottenham had a lot of possession, but they didn't. How many saves did Courtois actually have to make?
Maybe 2, I think.
Not many.
Correctly, yeah.
Exactly. And what's happened is that, and then when you did get your chances, you hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I would agree. I think the biggest thing with it again is like with Chelsea, it isn't the fact that we don't believe in our manager or we don't have the necessary first 11 in order to actually do well as a club. Mm-hmm. The biggest problem we have is if there's a suspension, if there's an injury of any kind, we're in trouble. We're going to be compromised as a team. And then you add the fact that we're in other competitions, it then shows you that the depth in the squad isn't necessarily big enough for us to compete on all fronts. And then
Can I say something?
They're also backing up Antonio Conte, who has just won us the Premier League title, when he's asked for targets and he's named these targets. Now, I understand he's just a coach, but the fact that we're not even going to go and try and actually get these targets because we're so busy trying to hustle money out of these deals where we've literally lost out to teams in unbelievable circumstances, basically.
But you'll never have these players as first choice. Chelsea, you've got to realise is that clubs, as collateral, there's a bidding war.
Yeah.
Man United, Lukaku's Riola use you in order to get more money out of Man United. So it's a transfer fee. The same happened with Oxlade-Chamberlain. Yeah. Oxlade-Chamberlain and was using you guys to get to his preferred club, Liverpool, i.e. in order to match your salary. That's what's happened with Chelsea. You're the money bags. Everyone's first choice.
Yeah.
But you know, like I said, in terms of what you're saying about the Champions League, I'm going to say something controversial because I'm not allowed to say it on Arsenal channels. But I'm going to say it as facts, right?
I want to hear.
Has anyone really got a chance to win the Champions League with the exception of Real Madrid and Barcelona? Does anyone really bother about the Champions League? We're not going to win it. Real Madrid just have to turn up and win it.
That's straight, isn't it?
Mate, Man United have got a chance, and the reason they've got a chance is they've got a top draw manager, mate.
But have they got a squad to hurt teams in Europe?
I've got to tell you, Kenny, last season, the way we set up the 3 at the back and all that, and that system, at first 11, with 13 straight wins and all that, honestly, I was thinking, you know what, I really do fancy us to have a good run again in the Champions League. And as a football club, Kenny, I've got to tell you, we were a club that continuously flew the flag for England. Look at the amount of semi-finals we were in, all that, and things like that.
I agree with Tom, but I think Real Madrid are on a different level to everyone else. I think they're in a different gear to everyone else. It's like
maybe Paris got an outside chance, mate.
And guess what, right? Real Madrid, took a punt on Zidane. Yeah, be careful what you wish for and all that. Yeah, be careful what you wish for. He's won back-to-back Champions Leagues, which has never been done. The last time that was done was Nottingham Forest, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was under the old regime, like of the European Cup.
I think AC Milan might have done it, but yeah, you're right. It's traditionally the most difficult competition to win in the first place, and let alone retain the title. But Real Madrid is on a different level. You know what I mean?
Should we let Dre on?
What's that?
I'm just thinking, man.
Yep.
Bring Dre on. Should we bring Dre on?
Go for it, mate.
Give him a little cameo. Look, Dre, we're going to send you a little link. You want to send him a link, mate?
And I don't.
He's on my.
I don't think I've got him.
His name's Trey. Trey. It's on my.
Oh,
Facebook,
look
mate,
at Tone. I've just realised Tone's got a light blue shirt on, mate. You converted to the Man City side now.
Well, no, it's a little bit of the older cost, mate. You know what I mean? We're still in my work clothes here, truthfully. You know what I mean? It's all subject right now, I know, but. Do you know what
mate, do you know what? We won't even go there, Tone. Yeah, because
let's don't go there, mate. Let's don't go there, mate.
It's all about football, mate. It's a fuck work, right? Can I just say something, right? Because when Kenny made a good point a minute ago, right? When we go on Arsenal shows, like we have to be a little bit respectful, yeah, because it's not that we're being disrespectful to you, yeah, but the other shows we go on, or the other show we go on, the guys
we're directly connected, aren't they?
No, but not only that, the guy, I've got a lot of respect for him, and the profession that he does. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can get in a whole lot of trouble because of what he's doing in terms of podcasts. Yeah, so because of the job he does. Yeah, so we have to. And I did go in a little bit hard tonight, and I did drop the C-bomb a few times, so he'd probably get in trouble at work tomorrow, right? But yeah, can I just say something, right? Yeah, if any Arsenal fan, I know this is a Chelsea channel, Tone, yeah, and I know Chelsea fans aren't too overly overwhelmed with what they've done in the transfer window, right? Right.
Yeah.
But can I just say, right, I know Chelsea have a transfer window and you've got rid of about 27 players or whatever it is, yeah? Right?
Yeah.
But you're champions, right? And I know Ross Barkley rejected you and Arsenal fans will be sitting laughing at that, yeah? Right? At the end of the day, yeah, what Arsenal have done tonight is officially, basically, they've confirmed that Arsenal is dying, mate. Yeah, and that by allowing what has happened or not happened in this transfer window, right? I'll tell you something, right? If I was Alexander Lacazette, yeah, I'd be handing a transfer request in immediately, because he has probably come to this club on false promises, the same as Alexis Sanchez, the same as Mesut Ozil. Yeah, the same as other players as well. Granit Xhaka maybe, and Mustafi. Mustafi was linked to Big Owen because he's a problem and he stands up for what he thinks and what he believes in, right? And he don't accept mediocrity, which is why he was dumped on the bench against Liverpool, right? Because there was talks that he was going to go because he stood up to the manager and all that, yeah. Right, but can I just say, yeah, right. I'm Arsenal through and through, and you've known me 20 years, Tone, yeah? Right? Yeah. But do you know what, yeah? Right? You know I bleed this club, yeah? But can I tell you something, right? I would swap with Chelsea all day long for the last 10 years, mate. Yeah? And maybe the last 15 years, right? And Kenny would probably agree with me on this as well, right? Chelsea, as a club, yeah? Chelsea as a football club have shown more ambition in the last 15 years, and you can go on about money being thrown into it, this, that, and the other, right? You've spent a lot of money this summer, but at the same time, you've recouped a fucking load of money, yeah. And the little graphic I see the other day was without the Oscar deal linked into it, yeah. And you'd only spent about 30 million or whatever it was without Oscar, so you're probably in profit with the Oscar money, yeah. Right? Arsenal Football Club.
I think tonight, if we sell Costa for 40, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say Arsenal Football Club, as it stands right now, yeah, I'm going to stick this out there, yeah. Arsenal Football Club right now, yeah, if we finish 10th, it's a miracle.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I'm being straight up, right? Them players have given up. You've only got to look at Sunday, mate, yeah. They have given up. Yeah, all is not well in that camp time, right? And I said this on the show I've just come off of, yeah, right? And I know I'm going to get dogs abuse for it, but that's how I am. I say what I see, right? I hope this is the biggest capitulation in Arsenal's history. Yeah, I hope that
I've got to tell you, Lee, I thought your last video you put out, mate, was absolute class. I don't. If anyone ain't seen it, seriously, go and watch his video. I think you got. Last time I checked, you had about 38, more than 38, 30, 40,000, which is stupid because you've only just started the time, haven't you? He's got nearly 40,000.
It's over 40,000.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's over 40,000. That's my highest view video.
It's probably the most articulated rant from probably any football sport ever.
But you know what the saddest part about that is, Tone, right? Is the fact that obviously it all came from the heart for a start, yeah? Right? Every single bit of what I said came from the heart, right? And the amount of love I have had off of that video from Spurs fans, yeah? Man United, Chelsea, I had Norwich and Wolverhampton Wanderers fans commenting on it, yeah? I've had non-league fans commenting on it, yeah, and that's obviously gone quite a big amount of views, right? And it wasn't about the views, right? Because if anyone noticed, monetization wasn't on that video, yeah, right? Or it wasn't at the time, right? So it weren't about the money; it was about getting it out there, yeah. And at the end of the day, the fact that that's reached so many different people. I've had Liverpool fans and in my comments saying, look, at the end of the day, yes, we smashed you at the weekend, but we felt sorry for you. We felt sorry for every single one of your fans. I met fans after the game outside Anfield that were going, do you know what? Although Anfield was rocking, and that is the loudest stadium I've ever been in my life, yeah? I've never heard a fan base like it, mate, yeah? And that weren't even a European night. That was a Sunday afternoon kickoff, yeah? And it was just absolutely insane, their atmosphere, yeah? Right? The fans I met after the game said to me, although we were loud, and although we were enjoying spanking you lot, yeah, he goes, we could hear your Wenger out chants. We could hear you're not fit to wear the shirt. We could hear you booing when Alexis Sanchez got taken off. Yeah, and the amount of fans that have commented on that video, yeah, that feel sorry for me, yeah, and feel sorry for the way Arsenal Football Club is run, yeah, mate, that hurts even more than what I was saying in the video, because it's like fans don't even take the piss. They don't even take the piss anymore. It's just like, we feel sorry for you. Yeah, mate, we're a massive football club. And people, and Wolverhampton Wanderers and Norwich City fans feel sorry for me because of the way I was speaking in that video. Yeah, and everybody in world football can see what is wrong with the club I support, apart from the deluded fucks that run it. Yeah, and mate, it's heartbreaking. I'll just sit here sometimes thinking, you know what? Yeah, I remember my first ever game time, yeah, right? It was Graham Ricks' testimony. Yeah, we lost 5-2 to Tottenham.
Oh, Graham Ricks.
Yeah, we won't go on about him, right? But but it was my first ever game, and we lost 5-2 to Spurs. But it was just everything about the club. It was the highbury. It was going with me old man. It was just like seeing all these older people because I was a kid. Yeah, going absolutely nuts, waving their programs around, screaming and shouting. It was a friendly. It was a testimonial. Yeah, and I was hooked from 6 years old. Yeah. And like now, fast forward to 29 years later, yeah, and it's just like, wow, this club, yeah, is officially not the club I first started to fall in love with all them years ago, and it is officially.
That's what I'm telling you. Kenny said that to me. I was on my way to London today, as you know, Ken, and I was speaking to Kenny on the way up, wasn't I, mate? And Kenny said to me, he said, Tone, you remember Arsenal back in the day? In the 80s, we ain't the same club no more. Do you remember it, Tone? Now, just before you answer that, Ken, just say hello to Trey, because he's come on. Hello, Trey, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, mate.
Nice to meet you.
Well, just Trey, everyone. Trey used to do the Facebook for the channel. Well, what was it, about 18 months ago, buddy? Wasn't it? Yeah, transfer window, Trey.
I think it's a shambles. The fact that we've not been able to, we've been penny pinching, you give me 54 million and I'll give you 52 million. Like, it's just is it Zabacosta or I don't know. Zabacosta and maybe Drinkwater. I've just seen that the Chelsea have asked the Premier League for an extension to get the Drinkwater deal done. So it looks like it's going to be two players, Drinkwater and Zabacosta. That's going to
The day started off with about. The day started off with so many possibilities, didn't it? You know, this was the one I really wanted. We're going to put it right on.
Mate, I've been banging that Mahrez drum all year, mate. He is absolutely fucking insane, that kid. Yeah, right. How Arsenal and Chelsea and even Spurs ain't even gone in for him is scandalous, mate. That geezer is an absolute baller. Best player in the Premier League when he's on it. It's unreal. But you know what? Sorry, I know I've come on and I'm trying to take over your show time. Right? Yeah, right. Right, exactly. But
now that he owns Gunnerban, he thinks he's the man.
Can I just say, listening to Trey there saying that he's upset, right? You thought Bakayoko, right? Right?
Rudiger.
Yeah, you thought Rudiger. Well, they're both better than anything we've got at Arsenal, right? Who else you brought? You brought Morata. Okay, well, I'll take Lacazette over Morata. I've said that from day one, right? But
and the right back in Barkley tonight. I know everyone's not too sure about him. His stats last year, he was second only to Alexandro.
Right, can I just say something? Right? Can I just say something? Right, doesn't matter how shit he is. If he's shit, he's still better than Debuchy, who is our backup right back at the moment.
Well, I'm gonna give him a chance because when Marcos Alonso was bought, he was known for his time at Sunderland. And he was a flop there, so I'm going to give him.
The thing is, Trey, though, sorry, Trey, to cut in a bit, there's still a lot of Chelsea fans who are not convinced by Alonso, and I don't think that your manager's convinced about it. Because you are, but there's still a claw of fault, and I still don't think that Conte, particularly from what I've seen, that's how looking in. I don't think he's completely comfortable with his defensive qualities. He's got no problem in going up, but I think in terms of that, when you want to make back five, when you don't have the ball, that's about it, in my opinion, for the way I look at how Chelsea plays and that, and the passive aggressive comments there.
Just to add into as well, that Kenny, I think he's got a point as well, because Marcos Alonso is a very good player. Let's not get it wrong. Last season, he was, if I'm correct, he's either the top scorer or was nearly the top scorer in terms of defenders. And that's his first season back in the Premier League, playing in a new position, being asked to do a new role here, right? The biggest thing with it is, again, it's the same thing that we've always had an issue with here. It's the fact that from a defensive perspective, when Chelsea are playing games where we don't have the ball, that's when we feel the most nervous with Alonso, because that's where his defensive frailties start to show up quite a lot. But I guess that's why we've been going for Alexandro, because Alexandro is far more of a complete player and is actually considered to be more of a world-class player based on what everyone has seen of him so far. And for us to have been doing exactly what Trey said, where we're basically trying to save money and do this add-on deals and say we want him for 54 million and then we'll bid 56 million. It's like literally we're sat there and basically having a laugh, only to then be told you can't have the player. And all we needed to do was meet the valuation early on in the summer, and we would have gotten our player. It's the same thing. This window had a repeat sort of message where we basically go after players, but we're not willing to meet the valuation that these players have been given. Now, I can understand Chelsea trying to save money where they can, because we are Chelsea Football Club after all. What we're going to be demanded to pay is going to be quite higher than maybe another club. However, when you keep in mind, if you make these types of deals happen as soon as possible, there's more likely a chance where these players are more likely going to hand in a transfer request or do something about it, and bam. But the fact of the matter is, I think one of the biggest things that screwed us up is we've had too many targets and they've all been leaked through the media. And these players, as a result, know that they're not first choice. And therefore, they've rejected us one by one.
You've had a lot of that happen. Well, I've got another little theory. Let me just put it out there, right? Okay, just throw it out there. So a lot, obviously, spoken about us as a football club in terms of the size of our squad and everything else. Let's just not forget a couple of factors here. Number one, we won the Premier League last year. We were champions, as Lee quite rightly said. 2 years prior to that, we were champions too. The majority of those first-team players have been title winners twice in the last 3 seasons. Let's not forget that. Okay, so and our first 11 literally ran away with the league when everyone was predicting it was going to be a Northwest fucking massacre, and it wasn't. Yeah, so that's the first factor. Secondly, if you look in terms of choice and availability and able to chop and change and move the side around, well, what have we done? We've replaced the goalkeeper, the second goalkeeper, Bekovic, with a better choice goalkeeper, yeah? Okay, if you look at that back three, bear in mind we play a three at the back. Look at the choice we got. We've got David Luiz, we've got Gary Cahill, we've got Christensen, which is equally as class, Rudiger, yeah? We've got Cesar Azpilicueta can play there, but Cesar Azpilicueta can play left or right wing, right back or left back too. And then of course we've got this kid, right, that we just brought in, but so can Marcos Alonso play left back, or he can play wing back. So what we're basically saying, guys, and then you've got Pedro, Willian, Hazard, width, right? You talk about central holding mid. Well, okay, try 4 for size. We've got 4 options there. Danny Drinkwater, hopefully, who, let's have it right, 2 seasons ago, formed probably one of the best partnerships with N'Golo Kante, which is the reason. And by the way, last season, we tried to buy the pair, but we couldn't get both of them at the same time when it was going to wobble the whole N'Golo Kante deal. So what do? We dropped out of it, but originally we wanted both of them. That was an Antonio Conte move. And of course, what else have we got there? Well, we've got Bakayoko, who plays for France with N'Golo Kante. He was bought to replace Nemanja Matic, and yet it's all this, why did you let Matic go? Well, because we've got fucking Bakayoko in. And holding mid as well. And then up front, we've got, well, we can play one of them three wide men as an attacker or a second attacker. We've got Michy Batshuayi, which, by the way, ain't too sad. And, of course, we've got Alvaro Morata. I'd say, I'm just putting it out there, yeah? And yet, the way everyone speaks about us, oh, you're too thin, you're too thin. Well, I've just given us options where we've got 5 choices to go into 3 positions at the back. And they're all equally as good as one another. Christensen's quality, you know that. Yeah. Mo, more than anything, right? Okay, but we've also got 2 wing backs which we can play or chop about. If you wanted to go to a conventional back 4, we've got a left back, a right back, a right back, a left back, and one left back that can play right or left. And we've got this kid that we just bought anyway. And then we've got 4 choices in the central mid.
Yeah.
And then we've got the width. What would have been perfect if we maybe as an extra striker, that the Renty deal I think would have been special tonight. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But let's not forget, guys, and listen, I'm all out for throwing out the positivity here, but we still have Diego Costa. So, yeah, I'm just, you know.
That's until tomorrow night, obviously.
Tomorrow night, absolutely. Yeah. But we've got Luke Remy. Well, we've got options. What I'm basically trying to say, and then we've got players like Charlie Masson. We've got the kids as well that can fill into those positions. So, we're all right. We ain't too sad. I don't think we've got a lot of good players. People talk about our first 11. Well, I look at the Chelsea first 11 and I see what else have they got. Well, we ain't got we've got some very good players actually, very good players. You know.
I think the worry is though, Tony. The worry isn't the fact that we haven't got a good squad. It's to do with the fact that if there were suspensions, if there were injuries, right? What are we going to do? Because suddenly we're in a position where we have players that we can't rely on compared to our first choices. And that's where the problem lies, is the fact that we needed to get players that when we lose a player, we just replace it with another player that's equally as good, if not better. And in this situation,
I think we should have gone all out and got Alexandro. We should have just gone 80 million. We'll have him, yeah, because we got the money. And Mahrez was available today. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah,
nicked him for 50 million. Could have nicked him today.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. And now, at the moment, I think the way things are going, more than likely, we're going to end up signing 1 or 2 players in January, which are not going to be cheap because it's a January transfer window after all. But when you look at it, when you look at Arsenal, when you look at West Ham, when you look at Spurs, we're not too bad. You're right, we're not actually too bad. But when you think about it,
honestly, we've got lots of options.
But when you think about the ambition in terms of what we want, because of us fans, we're not here basically saying we either want to finish in top 4 or we accept being second. We want to go win stuff. But the way you win stuff is you've got to spend and you've got to get the best players possible. Because when you have a PSG ready to spend whatever they can to go get the players they want, when you have Bayern Munich, when you have Real Madrid, we have Barcelona, when you have all of these teams all willing to spend the money that they can in order to get the players that they want, you have to compete on that level. And I think seeing our club not actually competing and then settling for certain backups, or for sometimes in some cases players we haven't heard of or haven't proven themselves, it does give you a bit for concern here, and that's where the difference lies. I think when you look at Arsenal, the biggest thing with Arsenal is, right, this season could be a blessing in disguise when you look at it. It's bad in terms of the circumstances of what you're in, but this can't get any worse now. If Arsene Wenger right now gets to still stay after this, then I'm shocked, because this is beyond loyalty. This is crazy. The fan base is no longer with it. He's lost the dressing room. He has to go. Simple as.
Yeah, he won't. They won't get rid of him, will they, Kenny?
Lee, tell him. Tell Mo, and because I know Paul, Paul, you're aware of this. What it's like Arsenal, because you've got Arsenal friends as well. You need to tell Mo what really goes on at Arsenal, because I'm going to leave the floor to you. On this. Hey, Trey, you need to hear this as well. What really goes on? Lee, it's all yours, mate.
Well, when you say what goes on at Arsenal, Kenny, in what sense, mate?
Oh God, there's that much. Oh crap.
But what Mo says is that he's gone through, obviously, because like I was talking to Paul about what's happening at Bilic at West Ham, and that results are going to get Bilic a sack, and they should be sacked. But we're talking about Arsene Wenger. Mo's saying that if results go south, Arsene Wenger will lose his job. I want you to try to explain
right.
Everyone else what's going to really happen.
Right, I'll tell you what's going to happen, right? There's going to be sad, deluded fucks in our fan base tonight saying Arsene knows best, right? Arsene Wenger could get relegated with Arsenal, right? And there'd still be deluded pricks that sit there and go, give him one season to get us back up, right? And I'll tell you why that is, right? It's because they all go on about the Invincibles 13 years ago, because most of the deluded pricks, I'd say 90% of the Wenger-ins were born in the Wenger era. So they were born whilst Wenger was the manager of this club. The likes of me and Kenny, right? Afzal's the exception to the rule, right? Because Afzal's smart, right? But
where's he gone, by the way?
I don't know, man.
No, I just sent you. He had to shoot for an hour because I sent you a text.
But me and Kenny are a lot older and a lot wiser than a lot of Arsenal fans, right? And we've seen life before Arsene Wenger, right? We've seen the George Graham days, and Kenny, you've seen the Terry Neal days, yeah? I won't mention the days before that, mate. Right, but but at the end of the day, right, there's fans in our fan base. There's Arsenal fans that genuinely believe there is no one better than Arsene Wenger to manage Arsenal Football Club. They genuinely believe that every single player he signs is world class. They genuinely believe that if a player turns us down, he's shit anyway, right? And they genuinely believe that when we go and get spanked 4-0 at Anfield at the weekend, it's the players that let him down. It's the players that let him down. Mesut Ozil gets a pass every single fucking game he don't turn up in because it's, but he's world class. He's world class at going missing. Yeah, he's world class at a 3-yard sideways pass. Yeah, people go on about Mesut Ozil like he's laying them on a fucking plate. I would take Cesc Fabregas in a heartbeat over that cunt any day of the week. Yeah, because I don't get the hype. I don't get it.
No,
I have watched Arsenal Football Club for 30 fucking years, right? I have seen the best player Arsenal have ever had in their history, Dennis Bergkamp. Yeah, that is the best player I've ever seen play for Arsenal. Yeah, and people go, but Thierry Henry this, Don't get me wrong, right? Thierry Henry is a fucking close second, right? And Thierry Henry has given me some of the best moments in my life. Yeah. I'll never forget that guy. Every time he opens his mouth, I'm in love with the guy. I just love Thierry Henry to pieces, right? And my missus thinks I'm gay for him, yeah? Right? But at the end of the day, Dennis Bergkamp, for me, came at a time when Dennis Bergkamp was too big to come to a club of our size, if that makes any sense, right? I'm not saying he was bigger than Arsenal Football Club. I'm not saying that at all, because no one's bigger than the club, right? But he came in a period where he was just like, wow. We have signed, I remember it, right? And I remember him coming, and it was like, done deal, and I was like, nah, somebody's winding me up, this is a wind-up. Well, we've signed Dennis Bergkamp, and I was just like, wow, how have we got this guy at Arsenal, right? And I remember he struggled for the first couple of months, and I think his first goal was
Southampton. Scored a couple
Southampton.
against Southampton.
That's it. So yeah, he pinged a nice little 20-yard curler in, didn't he? Yeah, and like,
Yeah.
and I just sat there, and when you watch the clips of Dennis Bergkamp today, yeah, and then people go, Mesut Ozil's world class. Fuck off. Do me a favour. Yeah, go and watch Dennis Bergkamp compilations on YouTube, right? And come back to me and tell me that Mesut Ozil is even fit to lace his boots. Yeah,
that goal
geezer,
he scored against Leicester. Remember the Leicester goal?
Mate, he is still
about 5 times, didn't he?
Mate, he is still now the only player ever in football history, yeah, in Premier League or Division 1 or whatever you want to call it, right? He is the only player to have goal of the month 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, in the same month, 1, 2, and 3. He had the top 3 goals of the month in one fucking month. Yeah, unbelievable player, right? And then the reason he gets a pass, which is the reason I brought him up, because obviously I'm trying to get to the point about Wenger. I'll get there in a second, right? But nobody will slag Mesut Ozil off, yeah? And if you do, you just don't understand football, is what these people tell you. You don't understand football if you don't understand what he does on the pitch. Well, yeah, I do, because I understand what fucking football means, and he's shit at it. Right? He goes missing left, right, and centre. He's lazy. People can throw fucking how much kilometres he runs in a game at me all day long. Yeah? Right? They can throw their pie charts at me of, oh, yeah, but he does this. And fuck off. Open your eyes. Right? And the reason people never slag Mr. Missing Off is because he is the Messiah, or was the Messiah's record signing. Right? So until Lacazette turned up, it was Mesut Ozil gets a free pass from Wenger Inns because he is the Messiah's record signing. Yeah? So all the people that love Wenger love Ozil. But they're the same people that then sit there and say Alexis Sanchez is shit. What fucking planet are these people on? Yeah? Alexis Sanchez is genuinely the best player Arsenal have had, yeah, for a decade. Yeah? Since Fabregas left. Maybe. So maybe not. When did Fabregas leave? It weren't a decade ago, I know that. But fucking
2011.
There we go. So 6, 7 years ago, yeah? He is the best player. Fabregas I love with all my heart, right? And there's Arsenal fans that hate him. They'll call him a snake. They'll boo him. Yeah? And I've been guilty of that because I was hurting when he left, right? Because I fucking rated him so much, right? And he went to Barcelona and people say he was a flop at Barcelona. Bollocks. Yeah? Go and have a look at his fucking couple of seasons at Barcelona or whatever it was. He scored 20-odd goals in one season for Barcelona. Yeah?
Yeah, but that's your own manager's fault for rejecting him when he had the
exactly. And do you know why he rejected him? Because it had halt Aaron Ramsey's progress. Well, I'm not being funny, right? Aaron Ramsey, right? And I've said this before, and this is controversial as fuck, right? Aaron Ramsey's shit. That's not the controversial part, yeah? But Aaron Ramsey will be seen, yeah? Aaron Ramsey will be seen by our fan base, and I suppose rightly so, yeah? When you look back in 30, 40 years' time at Arsenal Football Club, and we went through the dry barren spell of 9 years without a trophy, Aaron Ramsey broke that duck with his winner against Hull, yeah, in the cup final. Yeah, Aaron Ramsey scored the winning goal in another cup final against you lot a few months ago, right? So when you look back in history in 40 years' time and you look back at them 2 cup finals, Aaron Ramsey is actually a club legend. That's and it's true though, right? Yeah. It's true, right? Although we all know he's shit and we all know that he's no good, yeah, and that he don't track back and he's just a glory hunter that wants to do the little flicks and tricks and score the 30-yarder or the, do you know what I mean? Yeah, and has lived off half a good season, right? The reality is, he is a club legend, yeah, and people can't grasp that. So when you say that to people, they go, "Fuck off, he's shit." Yeah, he is shit. But he scored 2 winning goals in 2 cup finals. Yeah? If we're going to celebrate Charlie George, yeah, or Alan Sunderland and people like that, yeah, we've got to celebrate Aaron Ramsey in the same level, you know what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm coming from? But these people don't know who them players are because they don't care about our history. It's all about Arsene Wenger, yeah? People will back Arsene Wenger to the day he fucking dies, and they will still say he's the best man at this football club, right? And the reason they do that is because 1, they're scared of change, 2, it's the only manager they've ever seen in their whole lifetime, so they see him like a father figure, Yeah. Whereas people like me that are mid-30s, I'm telling you now, George Graham is the best manager Arsenal have ever had at this club, right? And Herbert Chapman, God rest his soul, yeah, he must be turning in his fucking grave watching what is happening to this club, right? And a lot of people will make an argument for Herbert Chapman being the best manager, and it could go either way for me, yeah, right? But because I grew up with George Graham and I see what George Graham did, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. Everyone's arms went up in unison for offside, yeah, and seeing some of the best players, and I mean that genuinely, best. I know he didn't sign Bergkamp and all that, right? But I've witnessed Ian Wright, yeah. I've witnessed Tony Adams. That back five was the best back five in world football at one point in my life. And people are quote the Liverpool team at me. We went to Anfield without a fucking prayer against the best team in Europe. We had to beat them by 2 clear goals. Yeah? Only George Graham could have masterminded that, mate. No other manager could have done that. He did it. Yeah? And when people... The only reason people hold Arsene Wenger in high regard is because of the Invincible season. Right? Now, people like me... Sorry, Ralphie. Can I just say this one thing, mate, please, and I'll shut up, right? The only...
Yeah, go on, mate.
Right? Arsene Wenger gets held in such high regard because of the Invincible season, right? Only people like me and Kenny, who are old enough to have witnessed life before him, will know that George Graham lost 1 game. Yeah? 1 game. Yeah? In a season. 1 game. That 1 game was against Chelsea with 3 of the back 4 out injured or in jail. Yeah?
1-0.
Yeah? Right? So had that famous back 4 all played that game, we could have been talking about George Graham, the Invincible. Yeah? But people...
Was it Joe Allen that day? Was it Joe Allen? I can't remember.
But do you know what I'm saying? And it's fine margins, right? At the end of the day, Arsene Wenger done an Invincible season. And yes, that's amazing. Yes, it'll probably never be done again. But yes, it was 13 fucking years ago. Yeah? Are we going to give this geezer 10 million quid every season based on the fact he done something 13 years ago? Enough is enough, mate. It's done. It's done.
Yeah,
I'll shut up now.
No, that's fair enough, mate. So basically, a yes would have been good, though, wouldn't it? Or a no. That's all we wanted.
I love you, Tom.
About the longest fucking reply ever, wasn't
I blame Kenny. Kenny told me to explain, and I never do it in 2 minutes, do I?
Right, listen, I was going to say, Mo, do you want to... I'll tell you who wants a little sling out. Who wants a little... Come on, who do you think wants on, boys?
Claude.
Correct.
Yes, Claude.
Claude wants on.
But can I just say something? Can I just say something?
Right.
I would take any of the big teams, strikers, over Alvaro Morata and Michy Batshuayi. I would take Olivier Giroud.
Come on.
I would take.
You'd take Giroud. You'd take Giroud over Morata. Is that what you're saying?
No. I would take Lacazette over Morata, and then Olivier Giroud over Michy Batshuayi.
Yeah,
as
I agree.
Second striker, and then I would take Harry Kane.
Lacazette's only scored 1 goal. What's going on?
Fernando Llorente.
Come on, man. Come on, mate. You'll be an arse, mate.
Nah, I'm personally, I would personally take it because we're lacking attackers.
But as a squad as a whole, you'd take your own squad over Arsenal's squad now, wouldn't you? Surely.
Yeah. But that's with Hazard and Willian and Pedro included. But as the strikers, like just the 2 strikers, I would take like the top 4. I would even Marcus Rashford.
No, well, I'd say, I'd have to disagree there, and I'll tell you what, I think our jury should be out on Alvaro Morata. I mean, look, 2 home games, 2 goals, 2 assists, right? That's a record in itself. And the one thing I've noticed about Alvaro Morata is his movement is absolutely class. And do you know what? You could argue at the time, do you know when he scored both goals? You probably remember this, Mo. It almost looked like they were offside both times, didn't it? But it's his movement, his ability to beat the offside. You know what I mean?
Literally being able to actually anticipate where the ball was going and do it. Yeah.
But he's not a consistent goal scorer like Diego Costa.
No, but let's be honest though. Diego Costa also wasn't.
Yeah, but Diego Costa usually gets a goal a game.
Yeah, but the thing is, Trey, can I just cut in though, just quickly? You know, when he was
Mo, can you send the link out the Claude, bud?
Yeah, I'm just doing it.
Yeah. Thanks,
Trey. You still there, mate?
I'll be back in a sec, guys.
Trey, where's Trey?
Back in a sec, guys.
He's gone off. I don't know what's happened to him. He's got
Is he still there?
No,
His screen has gone off, but he's still there.
I think just to pick up, like the point that Trey was at the mate.
I'll give my blast, haven't I?
No, I think what it is that you got to realise is that Morata was playing in a team where Cristiano Ronaldo is the main man.
Yes, and he had Benzema in front of him as well.
Exactly. So what's happening is that he's at a team. He's with a man. I think I can understand where you come from, Trey. Is that you look at his goal record over the years? It's quite modest compared to Lacazette and everything else. But you've got to realise Alan Shearer until he went to Blackburn. He wasn't a great goal scorer. He's a scorer of great goals, but he became prolific when you get the right move. And I think that your guy Morata could be that player.
Touching back onto what Lee said about George Graham being your best ever manager is 100%. 100%. Because if you look at it, right, you're under George Graham, would he have gone to fucking Anfield and conceded 4 goals? Absolutely fucking not.
No way.
Not a chance in hell. That bloke he organised the best back four I've ever seen in my life.
Exactly.
And to be honest with you, Wenger's lived off of that as well after he left. He inherited. How many of them players he inherited? He fucking took Tony Adams.
All of them.
The only one he added was Sol Campbell.
And he was free.
He was free.
Do you know what? We had this conversation earlier, right? Name me one world-class centre-back that was world-class on the day that Arsene Wenger signed him. Sol Campbell, and he was fucking free. Name me another one. You can't.
No, you can't.
Right? Name me one world-class striker, finished article striker, world-class on the day Arsene Wenger signed him. Thierry Henry was a left winger when he came.
He was a winger, yeah.
Yeah? There ain't none.
No.
Yeah? Name me one world-class finished article midfielder that he has signed on his day. People are saying Mesut Ozil. Yeah? Name me another one.
Patrick Vieira?
He weren't world-class. He was in AC Milan reserves.
No, he wasn't. You're right. Yeah. He made him. He made himself.
Yeah?
But when you say world-class, do you mean that this person literally came in and
he was on the day that he signed for Arsenal Football Club?
But you haven't for a long time. You haven't for a long time bought a world-class player from another club and stole them off of them, have you? Really?
Exactly.
Never.
It's bollocks, mate. And sorry, Kenny, go on.
No. All I was trying to say is that what Paul said is that he's right. I said on another show that Arsene Wenger is the biggest myth in English football in terms of his coaching.
I think that's a little bit harsh, though, Ken.
It's spot on.
I think what I was trying to say, Paul, was that Arsene Wenger, what he brought into English football, especially in the team, he brought in a sports science, and he's brought into in terms of the diets and the training methods, which were happening in Europe, but weren't happening in the country. So what Arsene Wenger did is that Arsene Wenger had an advantage. He was seen as an innovator, but all he was doing was doing what others. What else happened in France, Italy, Germany?
He changed the face of football. Yeah, he did. He changed the face of English football. Yeah.
And I think with Arsene Wenger, he's a very good motivator, and he played a very big attacking football. There was a time at Arsenal when, after George Graham left and when British Work left, the football was a bit boring. So Arsene Wenger brought this very attacking.
He was. That's what I'm saying. He was.
Yeah. And that's what we loved about Arsene, is that the football was very attacking.
He was. Yes.
Exactly. He's told him not to change the defence. You know what I mean? So he had that fulcrum already there. But I think
Arsene Wenger, the first 5-6 years, was a great manager. He was a great manager at that period of time. Football's moved on. It's gone from fucking this to that, and he can't adjust to that. He can't fucking manage money like you got in your club. He fucking sorts out everything. The players' wages, he fucking sorts out transfer fees. He shouldn't be fucking doing that. No club does that anymore. It's always upstairs, but you're upstairs are fucking too incompetent to do that. That's why.
Yeah, because he dissed the director of football, didn't he? He said, would he say something about...
He don't want a director of football. He don't want no one above me. That's it. It's arrogant of him, but he's always worked like that. Alex Ferguson always worked like that, but Alex Ferguson moved with the times. This cunt hasn't. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, but it can.
That's it.
But it can work out. It can work out in the reverse, because look at Emanalo and Marina Galvesino, whatever her name is. They need to be scrapped. So it can.
But you say that it's scrapped though. It's the model that's worked though. Whatever you say about Emanalo is that what's happened is that it's giving Conte the opportunity to concentrate on what he's paid to do as coach. All right, he's hit and miss. I know a lot of Chelsea fans like yourself, Trey, do not like Michael Emanalo. You think he's just useless at his job, and you think that Granskaya, in terms of the contracts, obviously she gave John and Terry a bloody nose. I get where you're coming from, but you have a structure which is built for success. We don't have that, Arsenal, Trey.
Yeah, we don't accept second best, and trust me, right? If Conte was to finish 5th next season, he'd be gone.
He'd be sacked, yeah, because he's ruthless. Your board is ruthless.
Yeah.
We're winners. Chelsea are winners.
Then you look at your board, right? Your board turn up, and especially Roman Abramovich, he's there every single home game. Where is Arsenal's board? They don't fucking. They don't know what's happening.
He watches the kids, everything.
That's right.
It's great.
Yeah. Probably don't even know where you're fucking playing.
That's it.
No, but the other shareholder is there in the ground. He watches some games.
He's what that Bennebaum.
Usmanov.
Tenenbaum. Is he?
The difference.
No, it's all about Arsenal.
The difference.
Usmanov.
The difference is Chelsea's board, Chelsea's owner Roman Abramovich supports Chelsea. He supports them. He don't. This bloke at Arsenal, he don't give a fuck. He don't know when they're fucking playing. He don't know that they got beat 4-0 last week. He ain't got a fucking clue.
Do you remember back in the day? You remember Liverpool, right? The American owners, right? And you see that they tried to give this impression, hey, we're all Liverpool fans, man. Right? And they were sitting back, weren't they? Like, I don't know, 2 o'clock in the morning in bloody, I don't know, Chicago or something like that, and or wherever. They're sitting there watching it, and they're sitting there with their Liverpool mugs, aren't they? Watching it live.
Yeah.
Oh, please, mate. You know.
Yeah.
Please. You could see the elation on Roman Abramovich's face. You know when Didier went across to hand him and his son the European Cup. It was massive. You
have to mention that.
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
Yeah, it's all roses at your club at the minute, Tone. We know that it's all good. You've got a man.
It's not.
But you've got a chairman. You've got a chairman that actually fucking cares.
Yeah, but
because I'll tell you what.
I would just like to I would in terms of building something, a project. I would like to let a manager build a project instead of trigger fingering him when results are going bad.
But you tried that with Mourinho, and he ended up 10th.
Yeah, but I would have given him that season.
But he could have made you worse, a lot worse.
But he wouldn't have got us relegated. We wasn't going to make Champions League anyway, so he wouldn't have got us relegated. He wasn't going to make Champions League anyway. So I would have
that season where he took you to 16th. He got sacked when he took you to 16th. You would have left him in charge.
No, but the Mourinho situation, right? The biggest thing that let him down was to do with the fact that he lost that dressing room.
That's true. Yeah.
The moment he lost that dressing room, it was done. It was over because the board clearly weren't backing him in the transfer window. But then you have the issue of already him and what was her name? And Eva Canero. That whole situation happened. And if he had just kept the players on side, then he would have been fine. But the moment he went on after the match, he went on Sky Sports or BBC. I can't even remember which one the media it was, and he literally slated the players, saying they betrayed my work. I was like, he's gone. That's it. It's over.
It was a whole.
I would have given.
Can I just say something on what you said a minute ago about Chelsea having? You'd like to see a project, right? Chelsea have got a project.
Yeah.
Chelsea's project is buy up all the best young kids in the world, get them in the under-23s, and then sell them for a massive profit, which then brings a bigger income. So then when they go out and do the £75 million on Morata, it's not them spending money. It's basically balanced the books off of what they've sold in terms of kids. It's a fantastic plan that nobody else is good enough to do.
And when we get that bigger stadium, we'll be fucking dangerous, won't we, mate? You know it.
Mate, Tom, we've had these conversations before, mate, yeah? Right, Chelsea Football Club had a better 10-year plan than Arsenal. Right, Arsenal's 10-year plan was to move to the Emirates to compete, blah, 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 bollocks. Right, Chelsea's 10-year plan was throw money at it, get up to the standards of the Arsenals, the Uniteds, whatever. And then once they've got to that level, which they got years ago, 3-4 years ago, where they were dominating, to then buy up all the best kids in the world and go away from the throwing the money at it, just buy up all the best kids for cheap nominal fees, develop them, which they do fantastically well. For 3, 4, 5, 6 million, £500,000, whatever in nominal fees in compensation, develop them into proper decent footballers, send them out on loan to Vitesse Arnhem, left, right and centre, and then the likes of Wolfsburg will go and buy De Bruyne, and then 3 years later he's going on for 50 mil, right? There's the odd case where Chelsea could have kept De Bruyne and could have kept the Lukaku for a little bit longer, but ultimately, if you look at it, the amount of profit that Chelsea Football Club have made off of their youth development system, the way they've done it, it's the best in the world by a country mile. Nobody can compete with that. It used to be all about Barcelona's youth development. Fuck Barcelona, mate. Chelsea have gazumped that left, right and centre, right? And now when you look at this transfer window, Chelsea are nearly bordering on breaking even. We ain't spent a penny. And you've done 170 million pounds spent, but you've recouped that in the 27 players you've sold. It's a fantastic model.
Yeah, but I don't like it works sometimes and it doesn't work other times. Like Bertrand Traore, we sold him for was it 9 million? That was less than we bought him for.
Yeah, but you're always going to have that case. You're always going to have that instance, But at the same time, if you look at the 27 players that have gone out this summer from Chelsea, or it may be more after today, I don't know. Last time I see it, Chelsea had sold 27 players, right? Now, if you look how many of them, if you look how many of them are young lads that have come last couple of years through your youth development, every single one of them is profit. Every single one of them. See, it's pure profit.
Can I just say one thing within regard to what you're saying right now, right? Okay, from what you're saying, we are doing a great job at balancing both, but at the same time, we can't ignore the fact that we have screwed up certain situations, namely Romelu Lukaku, namely Kevin De Bruyne, namely, and I can go on.
But at the same time,
hello, that's called Jose Mourinho, mate.
But Mo, at the same time, because at the same time, lads, right? You've got to look at it. You've got to look at it and go, well, hang on, we've won 2 out of the last 3 Premier Leagues.
Oh yeah, and I'm not going to disagree with that, but we are also messing up in being able to not recognize actually which talent we should keep and which talent we should basically send out on loan or sell. Because at this point in time, Romelu Lukaku is going for 90 million when we sold him for 28 million. Now, we can.
How much did you buy him for, though? That's the thing. At the time when you bought him,
if I'm correct, we bought him for 17 million. So we made an 11 million. So there you go.
You made 11 million pound profit on a lad that played how many games for you? A handful of games, right? Yeah. Yes, nobody was to know that he was then going to go on and be a 90 million pound player. But at the same time, you've got to factor into that.
Kevin De Bruyne, I know obviously you look.
But you've got to factor in. You've got to factor in, lads, right? In the last 2 years, BT Sport have pumped so much money into football that the prices have gone ridiculous, right? So yes, Lukaku's gone for 90 million or 75, whatever it is. But 2 years ago, before this BT Sport money, he would have gone for pretty much what you sold him for.
No, but if you think about it as well, though, we then signed Batshuayi for what I can't remember what it was, but it's 30 odd something million.
30 million.
Right? Now, you look at that situation and you think to yourself, okay, so we've signed a Batshuayi who now can't actually be our first striker, where we were trying this summer get Romelu Lukaku back for 70 million. And for me, that's where I have to actually question the policy that we do have, because as much as I understand why we put this policy in place, which is to do with financial fair play, well, that's gone out of the window because PSG just spent how much money?
Can I just make a very quick point, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's saying about, PSG have bought Neymar. Yeah, they've spent less than Man City.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they just did their money on one player, right? Yeah. Man City did their money on 5, 6, 7 players, whatever it is. PSG spent less this summer than Man City. Yeah,
no, but
so financial fair play. Yeah, so financial fair play, we all knew was the biggest load of bollocks going in the first place, and Arsene Wenger lived off and hid off of that for years, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, right? I look at it. Stan Kroenke, as you said earlier, right? Yeah. As everyone said in here, we all know Stan Kroenke's a problem, right? Stan Kroenke's Mrs. Dad, yeah, so Stan Kroenke's father-in-law, yeah, is the owner of Walmart, right? Now, if this was Chelsea Football Club or if this was Manchester City Football Club, Walmart would be sponsoring the fucking training ground. Yeah? Why ain't that happening at Arsenal? Because if you look at it, right, if Walmart sponsored Arsenal training ground for a £200 million deal, there'd be £200 million to go and do on Neymar.
But
if that was Chelsea, that'd happen. If that was the Sheikhs, that'd happen. Yeah,
when we sell bloody crisps. I know it sounds ridiculous saying stupid things like this, but the commercial department at Chelsea is incredible. And what they do and what they get up to, and how we raise our money and everything else. You've got to take their hands. You've got to.
I think it was Kenny that made this point. Is Kenny still with us? Because I can't see him if he is.
Yeah, he's still here.
There he is. Right, Kenny made this point earlier. I'm sure it was you, Kenny, that made this. Right, everybody has a price in football, yeah. And I'm sure it was you that mentioned Peter Kenyon earlier. Yeah. On the other one we were on. Right, he was the top boy at Man United until Abramovich come along, waved a fuckload of money at him, and said, "We want you at Chelsea." Yeah, and he went in there and he rejuvenated Chelsea and elevated them to a fucking world force, right? Soon as he was surplus to requirements, they fucking outed him. They got what they could out of him and fucked him off.
Yeah,
right.
What they did is they used all his resources, everything, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and because Roman Abramovich was blind to football and he didn't really understand football, he got in somebody who was at the biggest club in world football, running the fucking gaff to come and get him at Chelsea, get all of his knowledge, get all of the deals in place. And as soon as he done that, he went, "Bye, you're surplus to requirements," right? I look at Chelsea right now, and I see all you guys going like mad, and I look at it and I just think, do you know what? I'm so fucking jealous, because this is the dream that we got sold when we left Highbury. You're living the dream that we got sold, and it's
madness the stadium, obviously.
Yeah, but you're getting the stadium. The stadium's it's in like it's going to happen. Like, and I am really jealous. I'd love to have won 2 of the last 3 titles. Yeah, I said this the other day. Right, we're in the Europa League this season. Yeah, the season you lot were in it, you fucking won it.
Yeah,
right. The season Man United, and let's have it right. Man United are the most successful club in England. Yeah, they're one of the biggest clubs, if not the biggest club in world football. Yeah, they took that so-called tin pot fucking tournament seriously last season and they won it. But guess what? Snobby fucking Arsenal fans who have got no right to be snobby will sit there and go, "Fuck that, it's a tin pot cup." Well, me and Kenny and Tony, will know that when we won the Cup Winners' Cup in 1994, we were going fucking nuts about that competition. Right, and I know it's a completely different tournament, but it's on the same scale as the Europa League. So why is it now that we don't win nothing other than an FA Cup, that we now dismiss something that the biggest club in the world ain't dismissing?
Because
why have we got a right to do that?
It's an excuse for English teams to say that if they were to try and take Europa League very seriously, they would have to sacrifice the league, which is why Man United
build a squad required. Yeah, you've got 25 men you can pick in your squad. Pick a squad capable of competing on all fronts. Man United
on that one.
So
Man United won the
treble.
What's
your opinion? I'm just going to say, Lee, what's your opinion then on where do you think this is all going to go then? I mean, I know you say this is the worst moment you feel your football club's been in your entire lifetime.
Time, sorry to cut you off. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
In what way, though, guys?
position, it's going to get worse. We're not going to.
What's worse though? What's worse at this point?
What's worse? I mean, he's not going to go on forever, is he?
I'll tell you what's going to happen.
He's going out in a coffin, mate.
What's going to happen at Arsenal, right, is that we're going to have to rely very heavily on our home form. Because I think away from home, we're going to see a lot more defeats than we're used to. We're definitely going to lose against our rivals. That's a fact. We're going to lose because they're better than us. But we're going to lose at West Brom. Will beat us. West Ham, who we have good record, will beat us if they have a better manager and a braver manager, other than Bilic.
Could you see him ever getting sacked back, Kenny? Could you think, like, if it's really say you went to the bottom four, or I'm just saying, say you went to that level, where you lost the next 3 games. Let's say you lose at home to Bournemouth.
Yeah, it won't happen. It won't happen because you've got to realise. Look what happened with Nottingham Forest. Look what happened at Nottingham Forest in '93. Brian Clough should have been sacked. In September, when it was obvious they weren't going to win a game. They won their first game against Liverpool, but they kept them losing home and away. And there was a time up until the 8th of November. They only had 3 points. They knew Forest would get relegated because of Brian Clough, because they were so grateful for what him and Peter Taylor did, winning the 2 back-to-back European Cups, winning the title in his first season in the Division 1. Here and there, Brian Clough was a media lovey. No one dared said that you weren't doing a job. The chairman of Nottingham Forest and Mr. Richter was scared of Brian Clough. Brian Clough ran in rather the other way around. Now, 24 years later, we've got the same scenario. Stan Kroenke is very heavily in awe of Arsene Wenger. A lot of money, but he's in awe of the fact that Arsene Wenger's been there for 21 years, and he genuinely believes that a lot of people at Arsenal have a lot of love for Arsene Wenger and total loyalty to him, and even the fans are. And you look at the questions he gets asked in the media. He has handpicked questions, which the media, he agrees with the media before, and he gets no one dares question him because if they dare question him, they're banned. And so what I'm trying to say is that he will still keep his job. Brian Clough resigned. He was left by mutual consent in '93. But if he did want to,
but he was advised to, though, wasn't he? I remember that interview when he was right near the end, and it looked like he was pissed.
Yeah,
and he was. Do you remember?
Yeah, he had a drink problem. But what was happening is that
you could see big lumps on his face, wasn't there, and all that.
Yeah. But that was common knowledge of football. But he still kept his job. And I'm not trying to say is that you've got to realise Arsenal Football Club is not run like Chelsea or West Ham or Man United, or Liverpool, where if you're not good at your job, you're fired. When you've got a manager at Arsenal who's been there for 21 years, it's very difficult to sack him. Brian Clough was at Nottingham Forest for 18 years. He was unsackable, even though he should have been sacked a year before that. Arsene Wenger is a very difficult man.
The only way, sorry to cut you off, mate. Yeah, like the only way I personally see him going is if the players completely fucking revolt. Yeah, like completely.
I'll call for that, Lee. I'll call for that.
Kenny, listen, at the end of the day, I never want to see Arsenal lose. No football fan wants to see their team lose, right? But they've given us no choice. They have taken the wholesale piss for a decade, mate. It's fraud and deception what they have done to us. Yeah, and they should all be in a fucking court of law for it, right? This summer is the biggest piss take, right? We're the only club in world football that can go and do 50 million quid on a striker and be worse. Yeah, we're the only football club in world football, yeah, that can field a left back, a right back, right, a central midfielder, yeah, at fucking left back, and a fucking left backs at centre backs, and a fucking 50 million quid striker at left wing, yeah, without anyone questioning it. Yeah, if this was South America, he would have been fucking kidnapped time ago, mate. Yeah, if this was Turkey, they'd be fucking rioting and burning the stadium down, right? Now, at the end of the day, it's sad that it's got to this, right? But I am beyond fucking giving a toss now, right? And I've stopped going for years, right? I didn't go for fucking years, and I've been to 5 out of the last 7 games, yeah? right? And I'm going to go as many times as I can this season because I am going to do whatever it fucking takes to help get this geezer out of my club, right? And
do you think it's just Wenger that's just the problem, or do you think he's the start of the problem?
No, I think Wenger's the easiest one to get out, right?
Okay.
At the end of the day, Stan Kroenke's never in the country. It's hard to get that geezer out, isn't it? He's never here, right? Arsene Wenger, I was at Liverpool, I was at Stoke, right? Both of them away games, yeah? When the Stoke final whistle went and the players started walking off, it was aggro, yeah? He was getting fucking destroyed. That was our first away game of the season, right? And people going, oh, you're so fickle. No, this is 10 years that's built up. 10 years of false promises, 10 years of lies, 10 years of deception, yeah? Take the season ticket money, yeah, on the back of false hope, right, and false promises, right? You got fucking even Gazidis coming out, catalyst for change this summer, catalyst for fucking banter, right? At the end of the day, the Liverpool game, Wenger out was sung twice in that second half, yeah, that loud that the other 40-odd thousand Liverpool fans that are all singing "You Never Walk Alone" could fucking hear it, right? You're not fit to wear the shirt was sung in that second half. At one point in that second half, we strung about 20 passes together. Everyone, ole, ole. We were mugging our own team off, and it's got to the point where I don't give a toss anymore. Yeah, he is going this season. Yeah, by hook or by fucking crook, he is going this season. Right, and more people, especially now that transfer window is shut and we've done nothing, right? He is going this season, mate.
I think he'll walk.
I feel like that's what he'll do as well.
And do you know what, right? You're absolutely spot on. And do you know the only way that he will walk, right? I've seen it with my own eyes, right? When you go out of that Emirates Stadium from the players' entrance or the players' exit, sorry, where the manager comes out and they come out from underground, right? I've seen it with my own eyes, yeah? There's rows of people either side, so when they come out, they stop the road traffic and let the player or the manager out, yeah? And then they let the cars go again, yeah? Then another car comes and they stop the road traffic, right? When that player or manager pulls out, they've got their window down, it's all friendly, it's all happy, it's all jovial, yeah? And there's people posing for photos with Wenger. Yeah, and he's got his window down. Haha. Oh yeah, bad result tonight. Yes, we'll try and do better in the future. Same old bollocks, right?
The thing is,
sorry, Paul. Right, 1 second. Yeah? Sorry, right. That needs to go to him fearing for within an inch of his fucking life, right? And I know that sounds nasty, and I know that sounds disgusting to say, right? But that wind my window down after a fucking defeat and oh yes, I tried to do better, all that bollocks, yeah, needs to be 6,000 angry Arsenal fans making him feel fucking unwanted.
And I think that's the point I was going to touch on to now. I think that's what is going to happen because, like, if you look at the past few seasons, you've had this bollocks about WOB, AKB bullshit, right? When you've had half the fan base split, whether you want. Now you have 95% of you want him gone. Like you get the odd bell end that fucking wants to keep him, but you've got most of you now that are on his case now, and it's getting worse. I see on fucking my YouTube subscription, you've got fucking Arsenal Fan TV down there, and you're having protests down there right now. So you've got thousands of people down there doing that now. Match day is going to get worse, and like I say, you've got all your fan base now on his fucking case. At the end of the season, if he's one fuck all or he gets you into a bad position, it's going to go right to the top of him. He's going to walk away. There's nothing for him anymore. He's a fucking old man. He don't need this shit anymore.
The craziest thing is, right? Why would you go this far to ruin the reputation and the legacy you've built at a club?
Because over the last 4 or 5 years, I think he wanted to end on a high note. He don't feel that the FA Cup was a high note. He feels that he can win the league again, which he knows he can't. We know he can't.
He's been trying for how many years?
Yeah, I know, but he believes in himself that he can win the league again and say, "This is my fucking farewell. Thank you very much."
I don't actually believe that, though. I don't think he can. I don't think he does believe he can win the league. I just think he thinks it's a cushy little number. He's got nothing else left in his life. His wife left him because he's a fucking wrong'un. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he can't even get divorced properly. He's not even divorced. He's split up with his wife. Right? She lives 5 doors up from him. Yeah, and he's still paying all the bills. It was a mutual agreement in court that they don't get divorced, but he covers the cost of her life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can't even get divorced properly. That's how much of a fucking coward the cunt is, right? And like, I think in his head he knows.
Tony,
right?
Do you think we were this pissed off at Mourinho?
Right. No, yeah, but you know what, right? Listen, guys, yeah. At the end of the day, right? I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Yeah, what we have had for the first. Everyone can say, like, and Kenny brought this up earlier, right? People think he's a great coach. No, he ain't. Ashley Cole, probably the greatest left back this country's ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely an argument for that.
Yes.
Right? Ashley Cole was mentored by fucking Tony Adams. Yeah? Wenger didn't have a fucking Scooby-Doo what to do with him. It was a case of, oh, you look after him. Yeah, and Tony Adams putting on around, oh, I'll look after him. Don't worry about that arson. I'll look after him. Tony Adams, yeah, made Ashley Cole.
Which begs the question, why don't he get Tony Adams as his number 2?
Because Tony Adams slags him off left, right and centre because he won't allow it. Right? Kenny said this earlier, right? Emmanuel Petit, Stuart Robson, Paul Merson, Lee Dixon. The list is fucking endless of ex-players, and a lot of them that have played under him that call him out, slag him off, mug him off, bring up his faults, question his fucking mentality, question the fucking techniques. Yeah, not one of them is welcome at Arsenal Football Club.
That's wrong. That's fucking wrong.
You say that.
Exactly.
This is
Thierry Henry, another one. Yeah. After
you
what
say that. You say Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain regretting his move already to Liverpool.
But do you know what? I don't blame him. Do you know, he's Wenger out, mate. At the end of the day, he's got out the regime. Fair play to the boy. He got out while he could. Yeah, you can't knock him. Yeah, he is Wenger out. Everyone at that club thought Wenger was going in the summer, right? And all year that took the fucking piss out of Arsenal Football Club, right? Craig Bellamy, I said this earlier, yeah. Craig Bellamy summed it up perfectly on the debate on Sky Sports yesterday, yeah. He sat there and said, Arsenal Football Club, we're never going to give massive contracts to all these players coming into their last year because if Arsene Wenger decided he didn't want to stay, a new manager might have come in and said, well, I don't want him, and they're now all on massive fucking contracts.
Do you believe he would have signed a new contract if he'd have left Sanchez? If Wenger would have left at the end of the season, do you believe Sanchez would have signed a new contract?
Depends who the manager was, but if it was somebody like Allegri or somebody like Ancelotti, I'm not saying we would have got Ancelotti, but that would have been... Ancelotti was originally my first pick because I think the geezer's fucking mint, mate. Yeah. And it depends who the manager was. If we had gone for an Eddie Howe, no way. Yeah, he would have gone anyway.
That'd have been the bold option, wouldn't it? Yeah.
But let's have it right. I also have said Koeman should have been Arsenal manager, and I still stick by that.
I don't.
Koeman is fucking
unbelievable,
mate. I think
Klopp was perfect for you.
Yeah, he's been at Barcelona as a player. He's been at one of the biggest clubs in world football as a player, and he was successful at that club. He gets it. Watch him fly with Everton this season. He's brought Gylfi Sigurdsson, who pisses all over Mr. Missing. Yeah?
Yes, he does, yeah.
Gylfi Sigurdsson, I've said for fucking years.
Absolutely quality.
He is the best striker of a ball in this Premier League. Yeah, and I stick by it. His free kicks are unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just direct free kicks, but his whipped free kicks. When he was at Swansea last season, he whipped a ball in, and I think it was Ashley Williams or an own goal it ended up being. Mate, that fucking cross is one of the best crosses I've ever witnessed. Yeah, it was unreal. But in answer to your question, I suppose it depends who the manager was. If we had gone... Let's say, for example, right, we'd gone for Diego Simeone. Diego Simeone knocked his contract down from 3 years to 1 year mutually with Atletico. Yeah? Why the fuck didn't we go and get him? Regardless of whether he speaks English or not. Yeah? And the reason we didn't get him, right, he's on a fraction of what Wenger is. He's on a third of his wages. Yeah? I watched Atletico Madrid last weekend. Yeah? I watched them the weekend just gone. Right? And I watched them win 5-1. Yeah? People say they're defensive, they're boring, they're shit. Yeah? That was one of the best performances I've ever fucking witnessed out of Atletico Madrid. And I've watched Atletico Madrid for years. They were, to a man, unbelievable. They were unbelievable. Yeah, and the one goal that they conceded against Las Palmas, who were bottom of the league, was one of the best fucking headers I've seen in years. Yeah, it was just an unbelievable header, right? Diego Simeone would have kept Alexis Sanchez. That's a fact. Allegri would have kept Alexis Sanchez. That's a fact. Yeah, Ronald Koeman.
Afzal's on, mate. You need to cheer him up, mate. He's doing a troops, you know, like he's got that sad face on.
Give it up.
That's part of the stream, Kenny. When you get
sorry, I had to go. I was just doing something.
Look at him. He's really down. He's depressed, mate. I'm actually ringing. I've got him booked into the GPs tomorrow, mate.
I'm ringing the Samaritans.
I just have to watch. I just have to watch the Gunner Bang and I cheer up. You know, just looking at his videos.
Afzal, don't worry about that, mate. I'm here all year.
Hey, what?
Welcome to Claude.
Well, last time I saw Claude, he was doing Arsenal fan TV videos.
I'm going to be back in 5 minutes. Sorry about that.
Yeah, last time I see Claude Kenny, he was going fucking mad.
Yeah, but you know Claude's still out there. Arsenal fan TV did some videos just now. They did some videos up because they were there till 11 o'clock at transfer deadline day. And I've seen a lot of videos, and Claude obviously came out with something poignant, what we mentioned. I'm just going to tell you the title to his video for just 2 seconds. Please indulge me. But what Claude said, the title to Claude's video earlier regarding Alexis Sanchez. What did Claude say? Keeping Alexis may lead to mutually in our dressing room. Good point, isn't it, Lee?
Yeah, mate. I'm just on there now, right? And I'm looking at it now. Yeah, and he's absolutely spot on, right? And do you know what? I hope it happens for the good of this club. I'm looking at Troops now. Yeah, the title for his video is "There is no ambition at Arsenal. Troops ran." Yeah.
Oh, look at it now.
Yeah. Right. We need to boycott Arsenal. Right. Well, this is another myth that needs to be squashed straight away. Right. Because I've seen thousands upon thousands upon thousands of Arsenal fans saying, "Well, stop going then. Boycott the games." Yeah, that's great. So let's say all 60,000 decide to boycott the next game. Yeah? 60,000 more people were fucking waiting for tickets. Yeah? So you can't genuinely stop 120,000 people from going to the games. Yeah? You might stop 5,000 or 10,000 or 20,000. Yeah? But then they've either already paid for their ticket and not decided to go. Yeah? Or they've not brought the ticket and 20,000 more people have brought it. Yeah? So it's all well and good saying stop going. The only way that these people are going, and Arsene Wenger is going, and Stan Kroenke, the only way these people are going from Arsenal Football Club, yeah, is via players' revolt. Yeah? In epic fashion, right? And I'll tell you what, Claude is absolutely bang on with what his title is on that video, because now Alexis Sanchez is here. We accepted a bid from Man City. We were happy for him to go, right? So either way, he's going to Man City in the summer. Yeah. The only difference is he's now going to Man City for double what they were going to pay him now. Yeah. Because they were going to give him whatever. Let's say they were going to give him 250 a week. He's now getting $500,000 a week next summer. Yeah. Because they ain't got to pay £55 million in transfer fee. Right. Alexis Sanchez is going to be a City player next summer. We can all accept that now. So is he going to give 100% for Arsenal? No. I don't care how much I love Alexis. I love Alexis Sanchez with all my heart, mate. Yeah, and he's one of the best players I've witnessed. Right, he is a fucking joy to watch. Yeah, what he epitomises everything I want all 11 of them to be. Yeah, but it's only one man, and he's looking around at the others, thinking I deserve better, and he fucking does. He has been let down by this club. Right now, he could come back from Chile and go bollocks. I refuse to play. What's Arsene Wenger going to do? He's got a decision. You're either fucking playing or I'm fining you. Yeah? All right, I'll play then. And then he goes out and does what he did at the weekend. Fuck all. Yeah? And then he could cause dramas in the dressing room. He could go, we see him at the weekend sitting there laughing on the bench at 4-0. Yeah? He could start wondering, well, you're fucking, you've signed up for 4 years, you cunt. I'm going next summer. Yeah? He could do all that. We don't know him. He owes us nothing.
Yep. Yeah, but did you see the quote that he said that he wants to win trophies with a London club?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, let's be honest, right? Money talks, bullshit walks, right? Yeah, he can come out with all that. At the end of the day, the person who pays him the most money is where he's going. That's a fact. He owes Arsenal nothing, and he's come from poverty, right? Didier Drogba was very much the same, right? Didier Drogba come from nothing, right? Nothing.
Yeah,
Couldn't afford football boots.
Yeah, but players are rejecting moves out of everywhere. Like, you don't know if the fee was agreed. He might have filed a medical. He might have rejected the money. He might not have wanted to work under Pep. You don't know.
He would have, because Pep signed him for flipping Barca.
Yeah, Pep signed him at Barca, but at the same time,
but then his experience is he might not have had a because Pep never used to play him at Barca. He used to be a bench warmer.
Do you know what? That's a myth, right? The last season he played for Barcelona, he scored 23 goals. You ain't scoring 23 goals in your last season if you ain't playing, right? And like, I get what you're trying to say, though. I totally understand what you're trying to say.
That's an all competition.
But yeah, but at the same time, he's still got to have played a good 40 odd games that season out of 60 to get 23 goals, unless he's like Ronaldo or Messi good, right? But I understand what you're trying to say. But I've already accepted Alexis Sanchez is gone. Yeah. And I've already accepted that he's going to Man City. If he goes to Chelsea, fair play to him, but he ain't going there. Yeah. If Ross Barkley,
I'll be honest, I don't think we even expect him at Chelsea because of.
No, let's be honest.
We would have bought him.
If Ross Barkley's Ross fucking Barkley, who's done nothing in his career, is turning Chelsea down, why would Alexis Sanchez go there when he's played for Barcelona? Why?
Who knows? At this point, we don't even know why Ross Barkley has turned it down. But yeah.
I'll tell you why Ross Barkley's turned it down, because he's a greedy cunt, mate. Yeah, he's turned it down because he knows that next summer, right, he can get 3 times as much wages. That's why he's turned it down. So he's now going to see out the rest of his contract at Everton doing jack shit, and next summer he'll get 300 grand a week.
Flipping hell! If someone gives him 300,000 pounds,
yeah, but they will. Then somebody stupid will pay him 300 grand a week because they won't have to pay a transfer fee.
I don't think he's even worth 150.
Mate, no footballer is worth fucking 10 million quid, mate. Let alone fucking 300 or 200 million.
No. But in terms of wages, I don't think he's even worth 150,000 per week. So like,
no, let's say Chelsea bid for him. Chelsea apparently bid for him, and he went to Chelsea and had a look and all that bollocks. That's what I've heard, yeah, right. Yeah. And he turned you down, yeah. Chelsea ain't gonna give him 50 grand a week, are they? Come on, man. Yeah.
No.
Chelsea are gonna give him 100 grand
they would
plus,
at least
right?
give him 100 grand.
Exactly, right. Now Ross Barkley's a clever fucker because he's gone, nah, bollocks. I could go Chelsea for 100 grand a week now and have a chance of winning the league. Or in 11 months' time, I can go wherever I want for 300 grand a week because nobody's got to pay a fee for me. Yeah, it's all about the money. These footballers, right, the quicker people realise that these footballers don't owe us nothing, yeah, and they don't love the club, and they don't give a toss about us. Alexis Sanchez, right, I love the guy to bits. I've enjoyed watching that guy for 3 years, yeah? That geezer owes us nothing. That geezer has come from fuck all. That geezer has come from not being able to afford football boots, yeah? Right? So Alexis Sanchez is looking after Alexis Sanchez, mate, right? At the end of the season, when he walks out of there for nothing, yeah, he's going to get 500 grand a week. And fair play to him because, do you know what? I wish him luck, yeah? I'll clap him out of Arsenal Football Club because he's been a fucking credit to our club. Yeah, and he has been a joy to watch. Right now, Mr. Missing, who's gone all under the radar in this transfer window because the Ox has left because he's Wenger out. Alexis Sanchez wants out, and now we don't know what's happening. Whether he's going to go in January or whether he'll go for free or whether he's going to cause disruption. Yeah, we don't know. That only time will tell.
Is this Ozil?
No, Sanchez. But now, Mr. Missing, Ozil, yeah, has completely gone under the radar that he ain't signed a new deal. This is a guy that come out 5 weeks, 6, 8 weeks, whatever it was, and said, I love the club. Well, how comes you ain't fucking signed then, bruv? Yeah, you don't love the club. I'll tell you who loves the club. Kenny fucking Ken loves the club. Yeah, I love the club. You don't love shit, mate, other than your fucking social media fucking accounts. That is all you love, and your fucking clothing brand. Yeah, if you love the club, how comes he's got 7 or 8 million followers more on Twitter than Arsenal? Yeah.
Okay, so he's about his brand.
It's all about brand fucking Ozil, right? And this is what I'm saying, right? Like, these modern day footballers have got modern day football agents around them, right? Nobody loves the club anymore. Can we just all accept that no footballer loves the club? Yeah, Tony Adams loved Arsenal Football Club. Yeah. Tony Adams, right? Tony Adams, John Terry. Yeah, that is the last of the dying breed, mate.
Frank Lampard.
Yeah, that is the last of it. Yeah, but at the same time, right? People say this about Jack Wilshere. Oh, Jack Wilshere loves the club. No, he don't. He's a West Ham fan. Yeah, come on.
Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, like, these people have an attachment to the club. John Terry, yeah, he is the last of a dying breed, mate.
Yeah.
You ain't ever seen anything like that anymore. Wayne Rooney, oh, he loves Everton. He loved them that much, he fucked off to Man United.
True.
Yeah, it ain't like the Matt Letizier's anymore, where they'll stay. Yeah, it ain't like Alan Shearer, where he'll fuck United off to go and play for his hometown team. Yeah, them days are dead. Yeah, and the reason they're dead is because money has infested football to the point of no return. Yeah, and until these fans wake up and see that, like, people, Mesut Ozil, like I said, I don't want to keep rambling on about him because that cunt winds me up, right? But he come out 2 months ago and said, I love Arsenal Football Club. I love London and I love the club and I want to stay. Well, how comes, fast forward to today, 2 months later, he ain't signed a contract? I'll tell you why. Because that was all pandering the fucking praying fans that all lick Mesut Ozil's ass, yeah? And all give him his 17 or 18 million Twitter followers to keep brand fucking Ozil going, right? If he loved the club, he would have done a Tony Adams one and not even looked at the contract. Yeah? I'll sign it. Oh, how much am I getting? Oh, fuck that. Don't worry about how much I'm getting paid. I'm signing it. Yeah? Right? Now, at the end of the day, football has been infested with fucking stupid amounts of money. It's been infested with agents, and all these football clubs can cry about agents, yeah? But at the end of the day, these football clubs hired agents to do deals for them, yeah? At the same time as players were hiring agents, right? So all these football clubs, they want to fucking sit there and slag off football agents. Well, it was all well and good when it's going for you, but when the player holds you to ransom, it's no good anymore. Bollocks. Yeah, football's dead, mate. Sky Sports killed it. The Premier League killed it. Yeah, and now BT Sports have totally killed it.
Yeah, but Lee, can I just cut in 1 minute? We've got to realise, right? It's been like it's been a 360 turnaround, and you've got to realise in football. Two things about football that's true. Everyone has their price. It's a dog eat world. Back in the day, in the 50s and 50s and 60s, when a club didn't want a player, saying that their services weren't required.
That's right.
It's sent a letter. And you look at the now, everyone's dispensable in football, and your players are only doing what they're. I've got a story to tell you about Bill Shankly. In the 1970s, when Liverpool lost against Watford, he got rid of players like Ian St. John, Roger Hunt, and dispensed them in a very ruthless way. But well, look what happened to Bill Shankly at Liverpool.
Yeah.
When he left Liverpool, he used to go and watch Liverpool train.
Yeah.
And what will happen is that the players just stop the train and go and say, "Hello, boss, how you bossing?" Liverpool Football Club, stop coming to training because you're undermining Bob Paisley. Now, what Liverpool Football Club were doing is that your time's over, mate. You're indispensable now. It's over. And I think that's what football's always been. Because of the money now, and because the players are now the goose that lay the golden egg, the money and salaries are going to them. So what's happening now? They're only doing what clubs were doing to players before.
That's right.
Remember we had Jimmy Hill, salary cap. He broke the salary cap in 1961, where players weren't on that sort of £100 a week. They could earn as much as they want, demanding their talent. And once that happened,
Bosman as well. Bosman when he fucking got that.
When we got Sky, what was happening? Players were getting shafted and getting dispensed with. Now it's happening to the clubs.
Yeah.
So really, truly, what it is, right, is that it's a 360 turnaround, and you just can't work with it. Football's a dog eat world, whether we like it or not. Managers are part of a, how do I say it? They're part of a managers' association.
Yeah.
But the minute a manager gets sacked, they're taking that guy's job, even though he's sacked unfairly, because it's dog eat dog. Is that if a manager's going through a tough time, they'll get someone like Alan Pardew on Sky to go and talk about a manager, blah blah, put himself in the shopping window. Oh, I still want to manage. Even though you guy pay me a lot of money, I still want to manage. What he's saying, I'm waiting for that mug to lose his job so I can get in.
Glenn Hoddle's been doing that for years without success.
Yeah. But I said to Paul, Alan Partridge's the next West Ham manager. He weren't having it.
No, fuck off. I ain't having him back. You're fucking ain't having a laugh,
Would you have Sam Allardyce back?
No, we don't have him back either. They can fuck off and all. I don't want him back either. Fucking dinosaurs.
Mate, Sam Allardyce done a very good job for you.
Listen, you are right. He did. He took us up and he stabilised us, but his football was fucking poor. That's the only problem I had with him. But he.
Yeah, but Paul, where do you see West Ham though? Like in terms of where you should be. Where I mean, I don't know many West Ham fans. I've got to admit, right? But where do you see that you should be as a football club?
Right. Well. Before, when we was at Upton Park, I was happy to be mid-table. But now we've become to this new big spaceship. We've been sold fucking dreams saying we're going to move to the next level. The next level for us is probably trying to get into the Europa League consistently. And if we want to do that, we need a better manager than Sam Allardyce and Alan Pardew and buy a fucking cheap knockoff players, which we tried to do in this fucking transfer window when they fucked about. Listen, I'm in the same boat as you lot. I want my fucking balled out as well because they fucking lied to us. They told us we're going to...
They're just as bad.
They're just as bad as well. They've told us we're going to fucking move to the next level. We're going to be signing players. We're penny pinching over buying fucking players like William Carvalho, who said he wants to come and play for us. He said he wants to come play for us. Sporting Lisbon said, here's the price, £40 million. The player is begging us to come and get him. Here they're going, oh, we don't know, like 35 with 5 add-ons and all that bollocks. Just go and sign the fucking player. You've told us you're going to move us to the next level. You're giving us a 60,000-seater stadium. What the fuck's going on? Why are you?
That you don't have to pay for as well.
We don't have to pay for. Exactly. We've sold Upton Park to fucking a retail estate or whatever they're fucking called. We've got all the money from that. We're paying £2 million of rent at this fucking new spaceship, and now you're telling us we can't fucking afford £40 million for a player that we desperate. Bilic has asked for this one player. It's all he wants. Right? Apparently, our board have gone to him today and offered him 4 or 5 or 6 players. Probably a load of shit loans that he's gone, I don't want them. I don't need them. I want this player. And the player is saying that he wants to come. And all of a sudden, our board, we can't deliver it. Why can't you fucking deliver it?
Well,
do you know what? I'm going to get...
Talking to something, guys, got to stop you here, that might not be delivered. We've stayed on there, haven't we, to cover this drink water, yeah? Because they said till 1.
Yeah.
Sharon Shablany out there saying drink water might not happen after all that.
You've butchered that name, Tone.
Shablany.
Sound like Sharon Stone, mate.
No,
Sharon.
I'm sorry, Sharon.
No, but Rokan Dre has said 10 minutes till drink water to be announced. Can't come on. Can't wait any longer. So.
Oh well, you've lost out on drink water. There's fucking. It's not the end of the world, is it?
No. Can I just give West Ham fans a word of advice here, right?
Don't sell the Yanks.
Oh, trust me. No, trust me.
Yeah.
Right. Trust me. Yeah, that's one bit of advice. But the word of advice I was going to give you, right? I don't know how big your social media presence is. Yeah. I know you got a fair few following, right? Every single West Ham fan out there now should be looking over at the Emirates. Yeah. That is what you're going to become in the next 10 years, right? So now, nip it in the bud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nip it in the bud now, because in 10 years' time, you'll be in the same position as us, mate.
Get rid of the owners, yeah.
Yeah, so get rid now, yeah, while you can. Yes. Because it's still early days, yeah. And like you said, your board and your owners, mate, they're lying.
They are lying bastards.
Yeah? They don't care about you. They don't care about you. Yeah, at the end of the day, Tottenham are the same. right? Tottenham, when they went to Wembley last season for Champions League, I remember a tweet they put out, right, of how many pints of beer they'd sold, how many burgers they'd sold, right? And it was a Champions League game, yeah? And they'd lost the game, but they still put the tweet out about how many burgers and all this they'd sold, right? But that is what football's become. And unless Arsenal were the first in terms of moving stadium doing it, now look at where we are, mate. Yeah,
so any club, bollocks, yeah.
Yeah, so I've just looked at my comments on one of my videos a minute ago, and a Man City fan, he watched my rant, yeah, my rant from the other day, right, the one that smashed all the views and all that, yeah,
yeah.
And he goes to me, I'm a Man City fan from 1989, yeah, that was when I first started supporting Man City. He goes, I go to the Etihad now, yeah. He goes, hardly any of the old hardcore back in the day fans are there. Now it's all a selfie opportunity.
Yeah.
It's an absolute rip-off to buy food or drink. Yeah.
When I first walked into London Stadium, right, this new fucking stadium, we had people with Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United shirts going into our home end and fucking sitting down and watching football. They bought a season ticket. They bought a fucking season ticket to go and watch Premier League football, and they support different fucking football teams.
Yeah,
that was what we had.
You know what that is? You know what that is, Lee, yeah? Do you know what that is, mate, right? Because, and this is why they had a little bit of trouble at West Ham in the beginning. One, because it was inept, wasn't it? The stewarding and everything else we know. Yeah. And we also know it's hard to police that area. It's a huge area, as we know. But what it was, Lee, right? They offered West Ham all these season tickets, didn't they? But you could get you could get 2 for 1, Lee.
When I went to when I went to renew my season ticket the first time at this new stadium, they said to me, "Listen, you can bring 2 friends with you if you want. You can add them to the fucking." There's people who was waiting on the fucking Upton Park waiting list, and they never got a chance because us season ticket holders could bring 2 mates. I could bring another fucking a Chelsea mate and an Arsenal mate with me if I wanted to.
Yeah, that's a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah, but that's how they sold so many season tickets,
right. I'll tell you, right, after we lost at Anfield, 4-0 at the weekend, right, true story, right, the game's done, yeah, and it was funny because in stoppage time, it come up with 5 minutes of stoppage time, whatever it was, all the Liverpool fans were leaving. We're giving it, is there a fire drill? Yeah, you're 4-0 up against Arsenal. Where are you going? It's Sunday evening, it's a bank holiday. Well, it's not, no. Yeah, this week was, it was bank holiday, wasn't it? Yeah, it's a bank holiday on a Sunday. You're 4-0 up against Arsenal. Why are you leaving in the 90th minute when there's 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage time? They were gone, right? After that game, after everyone had piled out, loads of Arsenal fans had stayed back, just sat in their seats, yeah, just sat there contemplating life, right? And I swear to God, this guy come up to me. Yeah, I won't say what country he was from because that'd just be totally disrespectful, right? And I've got nothing against global football fans. They have helped to make football clubs massive, right? And they get up at stupid hours in the morning, so I respect every single one of them, right? But this guy come up to me with a half and half scarf on, yeah? Right? Liverpool, Arsenal, with a big fuck off camera with one of these lenses that zooms out 5 foot, right? And he's got a tripod with it. And he goes, do you mind holding this while I go? And I was in row 3, yeah? And I was just sat there in my seat and he tapped me on the shoulder and he goes, do you mind taking a photo of me? Yeah? He goes, I'm going to go down to stand at the front of row 1 behind the goal, right? He goes, can you take a picture of me? Yeah? He'd been in the fucking away end for the whole game. We've just been drilled 4-0. I'm suicidal. And my man's asking me for a fucking photo. Yeah? It's like, what is going on with football? But that is how football is. That is how football is. And that guy will probably go to fucking Man City next Sunday. Yeah? Or go to Tottenham. Or go to Chelsea. Or go to fucking...
It's not a game of football no more. It's a fucking event where people just come and turn up. It's like a theatre now. It's not the fucking football game.
Well, Thomas... Exactly. And Thomas Cook lay on these deals, right? Yeah. Where you can have the match day experience and go on the tour in the daytime. Yeah. You can then have the match day ticket and a hotel. Yeah. And if you're abroad, they'll pay. You can have it so you can have a flight included, right? So 1 month you can go, do you know what? I'm going to go and watch Tottenham this weekend. The following month, you go, fuck it. This month we're going to watch Chelsea. Yeah. Then when they get there, they go in the club shop, right, and go and do a grand in the club shop, and then go back to Dubai or wherever they're going.
It's like American football. These ain't football clubs anymore. These are franchises that people go and fucking watch.
Exactly. And that's what football's become. And like my old man said to me, Tony, you've had the privilege of meeting my old man before, yeah, right? My old man said to me,
shit, Claude.
Wow, look what's going on.
My old man said to me when fucking Zidane went for £50 million, right? Do you remember he went for 50 million from Juve to Real Madrid? Yeah. My old man said to me the day that transfer completed, he goes, "I'm done with football. It's dead."
Yes.
Yeah. And that was all them years ago. And he was fucking right.
Look at Claude, right? Well, he was like he was on the side then, wasn't he? It's an edge, isn't it?
I can't see him. Where is he? I can't see him.
I can see him. I can see. All right, Claude.
Can I just say that Fernando Llorente's moved to Tottenham an hour ago.
Oh, right, great. Good luck, Spurs. Fucking hell.
Where's Claude? I can't see him.
I just see an edge. Oh, there he is. There he is.
I can't see him, mate.
I can see a forehead.
Are you there, Claude?
It's time to go.
There he is. Hey, Claude, did you go back? You went back for that fucking capitulation at the Emirates this evening, didn't you?
No, go again.
You went back to the Emirates tonight, didn't you?
Yeah. I had to go back.
Mate, why?
I love misery, you know.
He's got a new tracksuit. Have you seen him? Look, he's got a new tracksuit and everything. Hello, mate. You got your new tracksuit? Claude?
Listen, boy, what's happening? Who did Chelsea buy?
Well, we don't know yet. We're staying on air because the drink water deal is not done yet.
We've got a fucking extension. What's that all about?
Well, we need it, mate. We can't fucking get nothing over the line.
They can submit a paper that can give them an extension till 1 o'clock.
There you go. So there you go, Claude.
So we've signed
which is now
the Zabacosta so far.
And what about Drinkwater? Drinkwater happened or not?
Well, someone's saying they reckon it might be dead.
I think it is dead. I think it's dead.
Well, it's 1 o'clock, so we're waiting for an announcement.
I saw a tweet earlier. It said something about it's collapsing.
Well, so I heard. Shut up, Paul. You're fucking winding me up, man. You're winding me up, Paul. You're no West Ham boy there.
West Ham getting no one, so he's just trolling us right now.
Yeah.
It's fucking wrong, isn't it? I'm going to give you the fucking curse, mate.
I think they get a couple minutes leeway after the 1 o'clock deadline.
Well, cheers, right? Cheers.
So you get more time.
So what?
With a few minutes.
I'm going to be up till 6 a.m. doing a stream now.
The depressant's coming on.
I'm back with a bang. I'm back with a bang.
We have 4 Arsenal fans on the stream, Tony.
Fucking, we're getting invited.
Tony, we should have started this at 6 o'clock. Fuck me, we've been on about 5 hours.
I've been on.
Listen, I'm going to get another Chelsea fan on, mate. I'm not happy, mate. It's 4-3 Arsenal right now.
Lee.
Yeah.
Get out of it.
I'm going anyway, man. I'm going anyway. I've got 1 million fans to reply to on my channel. So
where's the fun? Where's the fun without you, man? There's no fun without you, Lee.
Hey, Tom. I've got work.
Yes, buddy.
I've got work tomorrow, so
You're all planning out. Listen, we've got work in the morning. We can't be fucking superstar stream fucking hosters, can we?
All right, so we fuck it down. So we shut it down then.
Well, for me, it's Eid tomorrow, so yeah.
I've got to tell you guys that.
I come round your ass then for a curry.
I got to go Birmingham, mate. I'm going to Birmingham. I'm going to Birmingham. You can come there.
There's no curry for you, mate.
No, it'll be biryani, innit? From Birmingham.
Afzal, did you eat fowl?
Chicken fowl, fucking lovely.
Yeah, I have chicken.
In it, mate. You know that. It's all about the fowl.
Yeah.
Fowl, mate, yeah.
Wait, Kelly, you got any Prozac for him, mate? You got any Prozac for him?
Who for?
Afzal, mate,
What?
he's fucking proper gone. Look,
He's
No, I'm
depressed,
alright.
man.
I'm worried about him,
I'm
mate.
cheered
I'm
up
worried.
now.
No, I think
I'll take you
I
over
think
West
sure.
Ham if you want. I'll cheer you up.
I've seen Lee, so I've cheered up a bit.
Oh, bless him, mate. He's
No,
like a
you're cool,
cuddly,
Afzal.
he's like a cuddly
He's
teddy
really-
now, isn't he?
No,
If he's got a smile on my face, surely I should.
I think what it is, Tony, is that I think what it is that we know we're shit, but
Oh, listen.
we know we're not good enough. But I think what's happening, the realization does hit you at different times. I've managed to rationalise what's that. I was prepared for this window. I was prepared to see Sanchez go, and I've been ready, making myself ready for this day for a while. I knew that the minute we went out of the Champions League, that it would be Groundhog Day, and I've been proved right.
Yeah.
I hate to
What
say
are we going to do?
I said he'll stay.
What are we going to do this season, like the bridge though? We're going to make up. We'll do something a bit different. I mean, fucking.
I'll tell you what you're
going
to do at the bridge this season. You're going to spank us like you did last season,
And
mate.
I tell you, I want to do is hold up a banner at the bridge.
What are you going to say,
Afzal,
mate?
trust me, bruv. It's going to get toxic this season, man. It's
I know.
sad, but it's the only way he's going.
Afzal, what are you going to say, mate? What are you going to have on your banner, mate?
I think what it is,
I need Kenny to hold it up with me. Kenny, you got to hold it up with me.
you know what it is,
Kenny,
Tony?
you
I
hold this
think
banner, mate.
I don't want someone to come and attack me from behind.
Kenny,
I think what's
please hold this
the
banner.
way
Hold up an
You know what it is?
SW6 banner.
so right. I think
I've got plans for that, by the way, in the shed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lee, can I just say something? What is right is that the away fans are going to be probably the ones that are probably going to be the ones who are going to seal Arsene Wenger's fate, because at Arsenal, if you look at Arsenal at the Emirates for Emperor Augustus, like the Emirates is like his theatre, and he's the emperor on the throne. He
Fucking hell.
people the thumbs up and the thumbs down. He's untouchable. He's protected. Away from home, there.
Right,
Well, everyone, we want Wenger out. 90% of the
away fans,
Wenger out. I said 95%.
The away fans are the ones who are probably going to get this over the line, getting him out.
I think so.
The away fans are very passionate, and whoever, even though fans are Wenger in. Yeah, even though fans are Wenger in, they get outnumbered by the Wenger out, especially when we lose a game.
What do you make of Ty, Lee? I want to ask Lee this question.
Great guy.
What do you think?
He's a great guy.
I've met Ty a few
Have you
times.
seen that, by the way? Have you seen that advert? Sorry to interrupt. It just got me into a word that I've just come to me for a minute. Have you seen that Arsenal video where it's a black geezer and he goes, deluded? Have you seen it? Well, Mo, you've seen it.
I've seen it. Yeah, the video.
I'm going to find it, mate. It's fucking hilarious, mate.
No, I'll tell you something, right? In answer to your question, right? I've met Ty 3 times, yeah? Right? The last time I met him, I was funny enough with Kenny, and it was the Community Shield. In fact, you were there, Tone. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
And I was speaking. And I was speaking to him for about 15 minutes total. Yeah. One of the nicest geezers I've ever met in my life.
He's actually a nice guy, but he's just deluded.
Yeah. Well, but you know what, right? He in his head, he's not deluded. The same as in my head, I'm not deluded. But to him, I'm deluded, and to me, he's deluded. Yeah. He believes what he believes, and I believe what I believe, right? But you know what? He's an adult, I'm an adult, and we stood there and we had a proper conversation for 10, 15 minutes, and we both accepted that we're right. Yeah, right? And I'm right, he's right, and that's how we left it. And it was like, you know what? I respect you, he respects me, yeah. And
I can't believe we're being pranked.
And you know what, right? It's fans like him that I've got no drama with, because they will back Wenger to the hilt, yeah? They will back him to the hilt. Right?
What's this
because
geezer,
that's what they stand for. But hang on, sorry. Right? But what they do, right? It's the ones that flip flop week in, week out. That are the problem, right? He sticks by his beliefs, the same as I stick by my beliefs, and I don't flip flop after a few wins, right? And he don't flip flop after a few losses. Yeah, so full respect to Ty, man. Let him do what he's doing. I ain't got no dramas.
Yeah, but that was a ridiculous comment. That was a ridiculous comment when he came out with it affects the rain. It was raining.
What's this geezer, mate? Lee, what's this geezer, right? This geezer's
Play it then,
mate. Watch him.
Deluded.
Hold on. Hang on, let me get
I've seen that geezer.
Oh, mate, it's unbelievable. It's the
Brilliant.
funniest thing ever, isn't it? It's the funniest thing ever.
As much as I'd love to sit here and talk about Arsenal, I need to go to bed.
Yeah. Hang on. Let's get him on.
I'm done talking about Arsenal. I'm waiting for drink water. I'm going to bed.
Drink water.
What's happening? He's not coming. No.
Guys.
Mo, you should be happy.
Chelsea just confirmed it a second ago.
Is it done?
No, it's not done.
It's not done. It's collapsed. It's finished.
Yo, look, just can't check this Glazer's video out.
You got more mugged off than we did in the transfer window.
No, it could still be completed.
When?
Pardon?
It could still be completed. And
who's sticking around to see it out?
Lee, Mo really wants drink water now.
And Costa talks are due to continue tomorrow with Atletico Madrid.
Right, I'm off. See you later. Goodbye.
See you later, man.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
See you later.
You lot have got 2 hours extension. What the fuck's going on?
Oh, it's Claude.
What the fuck have you lot got 2 hour extension? What's that all about?
It's with Chelsea, but we're champions, mate. You got to get off, eh?
We submitted a paper.
Claude, it's called the Champions Clause.
It's our shaving all over again.
Claude, this is your rival, mate.
A couple of weeks, mate, when we come down there.
That's Seb, isn't it? You know Lee. That's Sebastian.
Watch this bloke. He's amazing, mate.
No, that's not him.
I can't even see.
Oh, that is Sebastian. That is Seb.
Oh, yes.
I've been on his channel a few times.
He asked me on the other day.
Oh, I know. Yeah, Seb. Kenny, that's Seb. Claude, your best mate, Seb.
So far, and he got in the German team of the year, and he's on the bench. And instead, who's playing?
You know what? He might be watching this. I think you should take it off.
No, listen. Don't start getting all protective, Afzal.
No, I'm saying he might, in case he's watching this.
Right, lads, I'm gonna love you and leave.
Hey, guys. Time I've got.
Are you gonna make one more video?
Time. I've got to make a video.
Claude, I can't hear you.
Time. I've got to love you and leave you, mate. Work right. See you later. Right. Thanks for having me on, mate.
See you later,
Kenny, it's been a crazy night, mate. Thank you very much, mate. Love you, man.
No problem, mate. Thanks for having me on.
Always a pleasure, mate. You're always welcome. Thank you, buddy.
Time, I'm off.
Do a video for you, sleep.
It's time to go.
Get those views up.
See you later, top man, yeah.
See you later, Tone. See you later, Claude. See you later, lads. Mo, Afzal. See you later.
Take care, Lee.
Are you doing another rant tonight, Lee?
Yeah, he probably is.
It's gone. Oh, it's gone, mate.
He probably is doing another rant.
You're joining the party late, isn't it, Claude?
I've had it with this fucking club. I've had enough of it. I've had enough. Fucking not one.
We heard your Wenger in, mate.
After all that shit today.
We've heard your Wenger in.
Fucking all day. Oh, we're gonna get 3 players. Yeah, we're gonna get 2 players.
1 sec.
Hey, we were on 3.
Fucking crazy, isn't it?
Fucking get him out of that. Fucking and put the whole fucking team transfer list. Useless.
Apparently, Chelsea TV have just said, "Don't go to sleep yet. There's more news brewing at Chelsea." And then a glass of water.
It's drink water, isn't it?
So I'm guessing there's drink water announcements coming pretty soon.
William's funny. I'm so tired.
Oh no, bless him. Even our watches on next time. Listen, I'll tell you what we'll do. Shall we chop it now, yeah?
Yep.
Listen, guys, there's been no scripts or anything. Normally I'll go with loads of scripts on nights like this. There is no scripts. You just go with it, you know. Thank you guys out there for watching, especially the ones that have watched a whole. How long have we been on there, by the way? Anyone know?
4
hours. Wow, fuck me. Thank you so much, guys. Anyone that stuck with us all the way through, especially you guys. And check us out. So we're going to have another stream, but we're going to preview the Leicester game and stuff like that.
Yep.
So the more videos going up, and obviously check out the Facebook group. If you like the vid, please press the old, give it the old thumbs up. Put your old comments in the comment section below as to what you think our transfer window has been like. And thank you for watching, guys. Keep the blue flag flying high. Good night.